successful diet, exercise, weight loss, or ideal, achieving an ideal weight, and certainly avoiding, toxic substances such as tobacco and tobacco-containing products and the like.
You mentioned screening, Doctor. When should women start screening mammograms? And I guess why is it important to get the screening done annually?
A great point. This is super important. So a little bit of a confusing topic around screening. At Ohio State, we recommend that women aged 40 and above should get an annual screening mammogram. There are some populations, however, women with a strong family history or a known genetic predisposition for certain cancers should have screening well before the age of 40. Early detection is kind of the key to finding breast cancer at a very early stage when it's extremely treatable. 5-year survival, for example, at an early diagnosed cancer is greater than 90%.
And finally, Dr. Skoracki, you mentioned advancements earlier. Can you tell us about some of the latest advancements in breast cancer treatment there at the James?
Gosh, you have so many exciting things going on. This field is just exploding. We, for example, we have an inflammatory breast cancer clinic now that treats and specifically focuses on a very, very aggressive form of breast cancer that may not even present as a lump, for example. This is often misdiagnosed, and it's something that needs treatment very urgently. So we have a special team that just kind of focuses on this and gets patients in within days and treated within days. We're also starting to leverage artificial intelligence, especially for our imaging folks, to augment already specialized breast imaging to improve breast cancer detection. We also have some brand new equipment that is used by our lymphedema team. So patients that are at risk for developing lymphedema or have developed lymphedema can certainly take advantage of some of this new technology, including some ultra-high frequency ultrasound machines and some other things. So lots going on at the James that we're very excited about.
And for more information, you can visit cancer.osu.edu/breast. Dr. Roman Skoracki from the James, thank you so much for the information, okay?
Skip, thanks. It's such a pleasure to be with you. Go Bucks.
Again, it's the annual Pink Game tomorrow at the Shots as Ohio State women's basketball plays host to Maryland. Tip will be at 2 p.m. Back to the men's side. It's Ohio State and Virginia this evening here in Nashville. Up next, we'll check your Saturday scoreboard as the Toyota Buckeye pregame show continues on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
At Ohio State, we are the never afraid to innovate teams. The agile, get-it-done teams. The achieve more together teams. And the improve people's lives teams. Together, we are the Ohio State University.
Learn more about Ohio State at osu.edu/impact.
Buckeye fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
Hey, Ohio State fans, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. If you need to pay off debt, have home improvements, or whatever your family needs are, visit UHM.com and score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp. is an equal housing opportunity lender and MLS number 2229.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. You're listening to the Toyota Buckeye Pregame Show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Welcome back, everyone. Ohio State and Virginia ahead tonight at 8 here in Nashville. Skip Mossick with a check of your Saturday scoreboard. We'll start you with college basketball. Busy day in the Big Ten. Finals from earlier. Michigan defeats UCLA 86-56. Nebraska bounces back with a win over Northwestern 68-49. Oregon, an 11-point win at home over Penn State, 83-72. And Purdue wins at Iowa, 78-57. Later tonight, Washington will host Minnesota. Basketball around the state on this Saturday. Kent State wins at Ball State, 75-68. Xavier, a 96-88 win at home over Marquette. And it was Bowling Green taking care of Toledo, 80-70. Finals in the top 25. Fourth-ranked Duke defeats Clemson 67-54. It was Iowa State knocking off Kansas 74-56. St. John's a winner at Providence 79-69. Vanderbilt wins at home over Texas A&M 82-69. North Carolina defeats Pitt 92-83. Florida a home win over Kentucky 92-83. Houston, they defeat Kansas State this afternoon, 78-64. In overtime, BYU over Colorado, 90-86. Louisville, a winner at Baylor, 82-71. One game in progress at the half. Number 16, Texas Tech, and top-ranked Arizona are tied at 32. NBA is off for the All-Star weekend. NHL off for the Olympic break. Golf third round at Pebble Beach. Akshay Bhatia, -19. He is your leader there by 2. Again, it's Ohio State and Virginia here at 8 here in Nashville. Up next, Paul Keels will chat with someone who played the last time Ohio State played a game here in Nashville, former Buckeye Scooney Penn. That is next as the Toyota Buckeye pregame show continues on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the court. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You stick to your coast at all costs. You never let traffic stop your drive. You aren't just a dreamer, you're a doer. You power through all of life's hills and valleys without hesitation. You're not looking to be discovered. You've already found your place. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
You ever feel like your money is just lying around? Switch to Huntington Bank, and your money is always doing something.
Like what?
Like automatically pushing more to savings so you can take that trip.
I like trips.
Who doesn't? It even tracks your progress. You're almost there.
Wow, I better pack.
And it charts your spending so you know which vacation hat you can afford.
How does it know I like hats?
Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
When it comes to your cancer diagnosis, the choice for your care is clear.
And when you choose the James at Ohio State,
you're opting for care from a highly specialized team dedicated to treating one type of cancer, yours.
A team that studies the unique makeup of your disease to develop a personalized treatment plan.
You're choosing our region's only comprehensive cancer center designated by the National Cancer Institute.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
Hear every Buckeye game every year. The Fan. Now back to the Toyota Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Ohio State playing in Nashville against Virginia tonight. The last time the Buckeyes played in Nashville, Scooney Penn and his teammates were there in the NCAA tournament. Scooney, that was the season after the Final Four. What do you remember about the expectations going into that 99-2000 season?
Well, the expectations were high. I think that was part of the reason why myself and Mike Redd, we both returned back to school. The taste in our mouth from the previous year being in the Final Four, we wanted to get back there. And went to Nashville, and we didn't play such a good game against Miami and ended up getting sent home earlier than we thought we would have.
Well, that was your last game as an Ohio State Buckeye, but you also had a win over Appalachian State. What do you remember about that one?
Not much, because I think part of it was we were looking ahead. We felt like we had a team that could make a run. I didn't think we didn't go into the tournament, I think, full strength, not on a good run, but we were confident that we would still be able to go on a run. We were looking ahead. We'd figured we'd play Miami or whoever they would play in the second game. Appalachian State, we didn't worry about too much. So, that was the last win that I had in New Jersey, and Miami was the last loss. So it was a tough one to handle, but that was a good team that Miami had that year.
Yeah. Scooty, you mentioned you and Mike Redd, but also when you think of that team, Brent Darby is a young player, and then you had Ken Johnson on the back end blocking everything.
Yeah, Kenny, the eraser. He loved blocking shots, which allowed us on the front line to, take risk and get more steals and get in the passing lane. Like you said, a young guy like Brent Darby was coming in. Very skillful, could really fill it up, as Buckeye fans would see later on. He would take over and go crazy. But I remember in that game that we just never found like a really good rhythm. I think we found ourselves in foul trouble that game. And I just remember looking at Brian Brown, because I'm like, well, Brian was in his sophomore year. And just having a conversation with him afterwards, like, all right, it's your turn now, because now we were all moving along. I was pretty sure that Mike would forego his senior year and enter the draft, which he did. Obviously, George Reese was finished. So we were having a young team, come back, and it was time for those guys to take over.
Scotty, when you think about that season, can't help but remember the game against St. John's in Madison Square Garden, where you blocked a shot at the end of the game. That has to be a highlight from your Ohio State career. It
is. It's a highlight. I think not because of the block shot. I think more because of the way we came back and won that game. We came off of, if I'm not mistaken, a Michigan State victory at home. And at the time, we were both pretty highly ranked. It was a massive game. We won the game at home, and then we turned around. We played St. John's, who was a very good team at the time. And, that's not often that you have that, where you're in Big Ten play, and then you have to go out of conference and play another top 25 team in their gym. But it's always a pleasure playing in Madison Square Garden. And we took advantage of it, and that comeback was awesome, down 10 points, around 2 minutes to go. And I think it was Boban Savovic's three-pointer, I think, that kind of got us going. And, we stayed poised, and they didn't.
Speaking of comebacks, maybe a game that people forget that year, the big comeback at Penn State. I believe you guys were down like 20 in that game.
Yeah, I forget about that game. But those are the kind of games that get you over the hump. They kind of change the trajectory of the season. And I think we had that kind of team that we knew at times we'd get down, we'd make mistakes, but we would fight. And O'Brien would definitely get on, especially halftime. We'd go in at halftime and not playing well. That halftime speech was not going to be pleasant at all. But I thought we always had the personalities that we could take that. And we would take what he said and we would spin it around. We'd go out and play like gangbusters.
Sounds good. Scooney Penn, thanks for the Nashville memories.
Thank you.
All right, we'll have more when we continue on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Buckeye fans, this is for you. Level up with the brand new AAA Buckeyes MVP membership. You'll receive all the benefits of AAA, such as 24/7 roadside assistance, plus chances to win tickets to Ohio State sporting events, access to exclusive MVP experiences, along with 10% off select gear at the Ohio State Team Shop. Already a AAA member? Add the Buckeyes MVP membership for free. Head to AAA.com/Buckeyes to upgrade or join the squad and put your fandom in drive.
Running around is a requirement on the court, but it shouldn't be the norm for grocery shopping. Get everything in one place at Giant Eagle, with produce delivered daily, meat and seafood expertly cut by our team, and bread and desserts baked in store. Fresh is our thing. With My Perks rewards, everyday low prices, and weekly deals, saving is simple. Shop at Giant Eagle, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. For freshness, quality, and savings in one stop, Giant Eagle, because it matters.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, getting ahead in this world is not as complicated as it might seem. Having the early guidance and counsel of your community banker, one who knows you and your family's story, can make a great deal of difference. Relationships matter. Bank on community banking. I'm Scott McComb. Coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Kroger Pickup is the easy way to get what you want right when you need it. Try Kroger Pickup today in the Kroger app or at Kroger.com. Ohio State playing Virginia in Nashville tonight. Coming up, we'll take a look at what else has gone on in the Big Ten when we continue with our Toyota Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Around here, it's all-wheel drive all year round, and Toyota has more all-wheel drive choices than anyone. Now through March 2nd, get 4.99 APR financing on a new 26 Corolla or Corolla Hybrid, excludes GR and Corolla Cross, or lease a new gas-powered Corolla LE for $199 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing, with approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details, or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
AgPro has been family owned and operated for over 64 years. We take pride in developing long-lasting relationships and offering first-class customer service. Need a new tractor, parts for your used equipment, or reliable service? AgPro has you covered. AgPro is here to serve you and your operation as your hometown dealer. Visit us today at any of our AgPro locations or go online to agproco.com to get started with your AgPro experience.
Hear every Buckeye game every year. The Fan. You're listening to the Toyota Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Our broadcast position is sponsored by Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. Tonight we come to you from Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee, the home of the NHL's Nashville Predators, where Ohio State will take on 15th-ranked Virginia. Elsewhere in the Big Ten, last night, the Wisconsin Badgers kept their good thing going, beating Michigan State 92-71. And that guard duo for the Badgers continues to play at a high-level run.
It's 1-2 punch. I mean, when you think about Nick Boyd, 29 points, but 20 of that 29 was in the first half. Then John Blackwell, 20 points in 19. He had 24, but 19 of those 24 was in the second half. So, I mean, you got to deal with those guys the entire game. And when they turn it on, Paul, they are the best in the Big Ten, maybe in the nation, arguably. And going downhill and attacking that basket, they are a bunch that got to deal with, Paul, and a big reason why they won. You look at Wisconsin and what they've done in the quad one wins they've had, Paul. Quality, first team to beat Michigan on their home court there. 18-7, 10-4. What a statement by the Badgers.
Yeah, 2 wins over top 10 teams in a 4-night span. Wow. Earlier today, Michigan, the number 2 team in the country, an 86-56 win over UCLA, 4 in double figures. And really, the disparity in this game, Michigan shot 62% from the floor, held UCLA under 40%.
Yeah, that's a good team. We saw it firsthand twice in Ann Arbor and also in Columbus, Ohio. Last time Michigan has won a Big Ten title, you date back regular season was 2021, so they were well on their way. But they have some pretty good games coming up at Purdue. They're going out of conference against Duke. There's Minnesota, and then at Illinois. So they're going to earn that regular season Big Ten title. The big thing for UCLA, Paul, is getting Sky Clark back. You know, the last game he played, it was at Iowa. He injured his hamstring. So getting him back is going to be big for UCLA down the stretch. But it's very difficult to try to get a win against Michigan, period, but especially on the road. That is a quality team. Lead the Big Ten in bitch points. They, again, dominate in that area, 24-14 against UCLA. Positions, starters 1 through 5, and then the bench players 6 through 9 in that rotation. That's tough to beat.
Yeah, 4 in double figures. That helped them do that.
Yep, big time.
Also today, Nebraska finally bounces back, ranked 7th in the nation, but they've run into a tough part of their schedule. They beat Northwestern 68-49. Peyton Sanford, 29 points Sam Hoiberg with 14 points. Yeah. And really, you kind of knew the Nebraska, the way they had played for most of the year. They ran into some tough opponents. They were going to get back on the beam.
Yeah, and I thought defensively they were fantastic, Paul. Only one player in double figures as Martinelli for Northwestern. And as you stated, Price Sanford did it all from long range, 6 of 13. And when you look at a team like Nebraska, Rink Mass did not have a great game from the field, but he still had 9 rebounds. And they only went 7 deep for the most part for that game. And Hoiberg, what can you say about Sam, what he's been able to do? He goes from a guy that gets in and maybe a marginal player, but now he's in the starting lineup and making a difference for Nebraska.
And, and it's not because he's the coach's son. He's earned this.
Yeah, he contributes. He makes plays. And the big thing for him, he understands his strengths and weaknesses. He doesn't play beyond what he is as a player, doesn't take bad shots. And so when you have someone like that, has a pretty solid basketball IQ, and then he can contribute in the way that he can. And that's why where they are right now, top 10 in the country, and they're battling for that chair, that title as well.
Think about Peyton Sanford. He leaves Iowa because of a coaching change. And Fred Hoiberg, much like when he got Connor Essegian, he's right there to pluck Peyton Sanford away.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about Sanford, he's a really good player. He's done a great job, Paul, fitting in right in Nebraska. And I'm telling you, anytime, regardless of how good you are, there's a period of adjustment when you transfer to any school, getting accustomed to the city, the classes, and all the things, the coaching style, the teammates. And what Sanford has done so far has been outstanding in helping Nebraska to the start they have right now.
Purdue with a victory over Iowa today, 78-57. That might not be something that gets a lot of people's attention, except for the fact Iowa was one of the hottest teams in the country.
Well, they did it on their home court, Paul. I mean,
exactly.
They basically went in there and they took care of business. I mean, they're 21-5 now, 11-3 in conference play. And their big three, they have more than big three, but there's 3 parts of their puzzle right now. Trey Kaufman-Wren, double-double, 12 points, 12 rebound. Braden Smith, 1 of 5 from the field, Paul, but 12 assists, 1 turnover. And then I'm telling you, their X factor, I thought it was going to be Fletcher, but I like this C.J. Cox kid. He was 4 from 9 from beyond the arc. I mean, they were outstanding. Their defense, I mean, only 1 player in double figures for Iowa. That was their point guard, Sturge. And that's how you go in and win on a road in a tough environment. Shut down the team offensively, and that is what Purdue did.
Purdue's got a player to watch maybe for next year and the years to come. Omer Meyer, the young man who's a backup point guard from Israel, and he kind of backs up Braden Smith, but when he gets out there, all he does is make plays.
It's interesting. Back in the day, you could recruit a player to come and replace your sophomore, and it's going to be a junior. You got the freshman waiting 2 years for his turn. Those days are over, but when you look at that young man, he's learning from one of the best in the country, and Braden Smith. And if you look at Coach Painter, he's got to be loving that. He's going to have another quality point guard to take over his team next year.
It will be interesting to watch Illinois tomorrow. They play at home against Indiana, trying to bounce back after they lost at home to Wisconsin.
Wouldn't be surprised. I mean, clearly they one of the better teams in the country. They're playing in one of the toughest conferences in the country. And I was surprised that they lost that game. But clearly when you look at an opportunity to bounce back, Stojakovic did not play in that game in that last loss. And I'm not sure where he is in terms of getting back. But once they're at full strength, tough team to beat.
And we can't continue without talking about the Miami Redhawks. Last night with their victory, 90-74 over Ohio. A school record 25 wins, a school record crowd of over 10,000 at Millett Hall in Oxford last night. Coach Travis Steele has his team playing at a high level.
Yeah, that was against OU, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Paul, undefeated is undefeated. I don't care whether it's major D1, mid-major. I don't care. You're in a conference. It's tough to keep all the notches on the left side versus that right side where the losses are. Hats off to that team so far, but I know they got a bigger prize. Unfortunately, in a conference, one big conference, so regardless of how well they do during the regular season, they're going to have to get it done in their conference.
They finished their last regular season game is against the Bobcats in Athens.
Should be fun.
That should be. Ohio State playing Virginia tonight here in Nashville. We'll hear from Buckeye coach Jake Diebler as we continue with our Toyota Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Running around is a requirement on the court, but it shouldn't be the norm for grocery shopping. Get everything in one place at Giant Eagle with produce delivered daily, meat and seafood expertly cut by our team, and bread and desserts baked in-store. Fresh is our thing. With My Perks rewards, everyday low prices, and weekly deals, saving is simple. Shop at Giant Eagle, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. For freshness, quality, and savings in one stop, Giant Eagle, because it matters.
When you're here, you understand what it means to be a Buckeye. And at Elk & Elk, we're proud to wear scarlet and gray every Saturday. Every client, every day, means if you're ever injured, we're proud to stand with you in court. And when you're here at the shoe, we're proud to stand with you and cheer on the Buckeyes.
Whether we're here at the big game or in court, we are committed to you.
Elk & Elk, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Around here, it's all-wheel drive all year round. And Toyota has more all-wheel drive choices than anyone, like the best-selling Camry. Now through March 2nd, get 4.99 APR financing on a new 26 Camry. Or lease a new Camry LE for just $279 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. It's time for our pregame conversation with head coach Jake Diebler, presented by Kroger on the Ohio State Sports Network.
Ohio State tonight taking on Virginia here in Nashville. Time to talk with head coach Jake Diebler. When you think back to the USC game, Jake, it had to be a thrill to see guys make, in a tight game, make the kind of plays you needed late in the game.
It was. The way we responded coming out of halftime was really important. And then, like good teams do, they made a run, and we responded with the run and really had clutch moments on both sides of the ball down the stretch. So really proud of our connection and our toughness to finish that game out.
Jake, when you look at 60% shooting in the second half, what were some of the things that you felt like looking at it after the fact that led to that?
I think the ball moved better. We did a great job finding the open man. We did a great job playing inside out, touching the paint with the dribble, kicking it out, re-driving. Those type of things were really good for us, and I thought we had showed a great deal of poise.
Going the way you did at the free throw line, does that speak to the mental toughness of this team?
It does, and we had, we certainly had the right guys there. But it's something we work on every day in practice. We shoot free throws when we're tired. We stop practice and shoot some, let them hydrate, and then we pick practice back up. So put a lot of work into it. We got a good free throw shooting team, and our guys have shown great toughness down the stretch.
All right, we'll talk more when we continue on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Always and forever your home of the Buckeyes. Home of the Buckeyes. The Fan. Now back to the Toyota Buckeye pregame show on the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center. The team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Ohio State tonight taking on Virginia here in Nashville. You're going to be a man down. John Mobley out. Jake, how much can you tell us about what your guess is you'll be without him?
Yeah, it's hard to say just how long it's going to be, but this isn't a season-ending injury. He'll be back before the end of the regular season. So he's working as hard as he can to get back as quickly as he can. But it's next man up. And, obviously him and Brandon being out hurts our depth, but we've seen guys really over the course of the last few weeks raise their level, step up when new opportunities been provided, and we're going to need more of that today.
With all of the things that Bruce Thornton brings to your team, was last Wednesday an example of how he can carry such a big load, Jake?
Yeah, I mean, we ask him to do a lot on offense and defense. Oftentimes he's guarding the other team's best perimeter player, and offensively he's I thought played a complete game, got to the free throw line, had high assist numbers, and, also was aggressive getting his own shot. So he's a catalyst for us. We have multiple playmakers on our team. Junie being out hurts that, but guys like Tayson and Gabe, it's an opportunity for them to step up as a playmaker as well, and Tilly's got to continue to do that for us.
If you would, just a word on Virginia, and again, why this game now?
Yeah, well, this game, the opportunity to play a high-level game in February outside of the conference in a time where, you want opportunities to pick up resume wins is great. And, there's other elements that go into putting these games together that, we certainly need. But I think when we got together and mapped out our non-conference schedule, we wanted to play a team out of conference after the new year and to get a NCAA tournament style simulation before the postseason starts. So it's a great opportunity for us. Really good team who shoots the three well and really rebounds well. They got older guys and got a lot of experience. They've been able to do some really good things in the ACC this year. So we're excited about the opportunity. Two really good teams going at it. Should be a fun night.
Sounds good. Thanks, Jake. Welcome back to Nashville.
Yeah, nice to be back. Enjoy this place. A great city, but it's a business trip. So we're going to give everything we got here tonight and put our best foot forward, and excited about how our guys are going to perform.
Sounds good. All the best, Jake.
All right, thanks. Go Bucks.
That's Ohio State head coach Jake Diebler. Now, coach's comments presented by Kroger. Remember, Kroger Pickup is the easy way to get what you want right when you need it. Try Kroger Pickup today in the Kroger app or at Kroger.com. Buckeye Toyota Buckeye pregame show also brought to you statewide by State Farm on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
And brought to you locally by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers on your home of the Buckeyes. Live and local weekdays beginning at 6 a.m. with T-Bone and Tybus on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
From the first whistle to the final play, being a Buckeye fan calls for commitment and support. Nature Made vitamins are your winning play. From the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Nature Made is made to care for fans on game day and every day, so you can go all in on big wins, tough losses, and still show up for your team every time. Nature Made, proud vitamin and supplement sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Hey college hoops fans, it's sideline reporter Molly McGrath teaming up with Evan Williams Bourbon to welcome you to Bourbon Nation, the home of game day spirit. From the couch to courtside, Evan Williams is with you for every tip-off and buzzer beater. Because we might be divided by the score, but we're united by the pour. Find a bottle near you at evanwilliams.com and make this extra-aged Kentucky bourbon a part of your game day tradition. Go Buckeyes! Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 43% alcohol by volume, must be 21 plus, enjoy responsibly.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. From Learfield, it's time for Ohio State basketball with Paul Keels and Ron Stokes. Buckeye basketball is brought to you statewide by the American Dairy Association Mideast, State Farm, and by AEP Energy on the Ohio State Sports Network. Presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics. And brought to you locally by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers on your home of the Buckeyes. Live and local weekdays beginning at 6 a.m. with T-Bone and Tybus on the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Midwest Cards is pumped to present the Ohio State Trading Card Night with Buckeye legend Evan Turner before the Ohio State vs. Wisconsin game on Tuesday, February 17th. We will have games, card giveaways, and you can meet Evan Turner in person, plus snag a limited edition Evan Turner card with your ticket. There will be a few special guests from Ohio State football. It all kicks off at 5:30, then stick around to cheer on the Buckeyes. Visit go.osu.edu/Trading Card Night 26 for more details.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, where can you get a full suite of business banking services served up by well-trained, caring employees with unquestionable integrity? It's right here at Heartland. Relationships matter. I'm Scott McComb. Come over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And when you download the Kroger app, you can clip and save more with digital coupons every week. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you can enjoy more ways to save and more rewards every time you shop. So it's always easy to save big every day with savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Always and forever your home of the Buckeyes. Home of the Buckeyes. The Fan.
Tonight here in Nashville, Tennessee at Bridgestone Arena. 16-8 Ohio State facing number 15 Virginia. The Cavaliers are 21-3. Time for tonight's Oak and Oak injury report, and we've talked about it already, but it is a significant one. Ohio State is without John Mobley, who averages 15 points a game and totals 66 assists. He is out with a hand injury. He will be out indefinitely, but is expected to return before the regular season ends. It is a significant absence.
It is, Paul, and the young man is growing as a basketball player. Entered the starting lineup last year, and once he got there, did not leave it until this injury. And a guy that's been very consistent in terms of being healthy for the most part. It's an unfortunate injury, but the good news is that there's a great chance that he'll be back to play.
Yes, and did not accompany the team here into Nashville because he is also fighting a little bit of illness. The injury report brought to you by Elk and Elk. Serious fans for Ohio State athletics. Call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. So, the need for someone else to step up. Tayson Chapman will make his first ever start in an Ohio State uniform. We've seen what he's done as of late. He's going to be needed to do that on a more consistent basis now, Ron.
You know, the interesting thing that a lot of fans don't look at is that when you come off the bench like Tayson Chapman, he had a stretch where 3 straight double-figure games. But when you start to contribute like that, Paul, you start to edge up that scouting report. Last 2 games, back-to-back single digits. Not necessarily because he's off, but there's more attention that's being deployed against Tayson Chapman because of his extra productivity. It's a different role for him. He's coming in the game. He's a starter. There's a certain expectation that is expected. And to be a leader on both ends of the floor, communicating, all that comes with the responsibility of being a guy out there to the floor when the horn first sounds.
And what it affects now is bench production, because Wednesday in the win over USC, Ohio State had 16 points of production off the bench. He was part of that with his 5-point game.
Yeah, when you look at that, Paul, there's only 3 Big Ten games that Ohio State has had a plus from the bench production. All the others, it was a negative, in some cases 22-0. So when you play this game here today against Virginia, you lose a starter, right, because he's out. Now that bench production is now in the lineup, similar to what happened when Brandon Noel was out and Amari Bynum went to the starting lineup. The bench took a hit. Hopefully that doesn't happen here tonight against Virginia.
Rebounding will be crucial against a team that has size.
All 5 guys, and that means the guards. And I know that that's been an increased effort. Tayson Chapman had 6 rebounds in a game here earlier, so this is an opportunity for him. He's going to need his scoring, but they're also going to need his length. He's 6'4". That could be important here tonight against Virginia.
A resume-building opportunity for Ohio State as they face Virginia here in Nashville. Start of tonight's game coming up next on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
The best outcomes for treating cancer come from early detection and early diagnosis.
The James Cancer Diagnostic Center at Ohio State
is designed to provide rapid evaluation and a clear diagnosis.
We are transforming care by giving patients direct access
to cancer experts who study and treat cancer every day.
If you think you have cancer, the choice is clear.
Choose the James Cancer Diagnostic Center.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
Always and forever your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
my.
Go ahead now.
Okay, now.
That was quite something.
Oh, y'all ready to play, Paul? Let's get out there.
Our starting lineups are brought to you by the American Dairy Association Mideast. A reminder from Ohio's dairy farmers, 8 ounces of delicious chocolate milk has 8 grams of high-quality protein with the power to fuel everyone from elite athletes to weekend warriors. The starting lineup for the Ohio State Buckeyes have head coach Jake Diebler, who spent a few years here in Nashville as an assistant at Vanderbilt. Bruce Thornton, 6'2 senior from Fairburn, Georgia, 7th leading scorer of the Big Ten at 19.3 a game. Devin Royal, 6'6 junior from Pickerington Central, 14 points, 5.7 rebounds. Christoph Tilley, 7-foot senior from Berlin, Germany, 11.8 points, 4.8 rebounds. Amari Bynum, 6'8 freshman from Omaha, Nebraska, 9.2 points and 4.5 rebounds. And making his first ever start at Ohio State due to the injury to John Mobley, Tayson Chapman, 6'4", third-year sophomore from Minneapolis, Minnesota, averaging 3.9. So again, for Ohio State, Bruce Thornton, Devin Royal, John Mobley, start over, Paul. Bruce Thornton, Devin Royal, Christoph Tilley, Amari Bynum, and Tayson Chapman. The starting lineup for the Virginia Cavaliers, Ryan Odom is in his first season as head coach. The irony about him coaching Virginia, he was the head coach at University of Maryland, Baltimore County, when they beat Virginia in the NCAA tournament. The first time a 16 seed ever beat a number 1 seed.
Yeah, that was some motivation for Virginia, though.
They won the national championship next year. Yes.
Absolutely.
Brian Odom, whose father was a longtime assistant coach at Virginia and then a head coach at Wake Forest. The starting 5 of the Cavaliers, Tess de Ridder, a 6'9 freshman from Belgium, averaging 16.1 and 6.6 rebounds. Malik Thomas, a 6'5 graduate student from Fontana, California, 12.2 a game. Sam Lewis, a 6'7 junior from Chicago who played at Toledo last year, 10.6 points. Johan Grunlow, a 7-foot freshman from Germany, 7.8 points, 5.8 rebounds. And Dallin Hall, a 6'4 graduate student from Plain City, Utah, transfer from BYU, averages 5.7 and 3.8 rebounds. So again, the starting 5 for Ryan Odom's Virginia Cavaliers, Tess de Ridder, Malik Thomas, Sam Lewis, Johan Grunlow, and Dallin Hall. The 3 officials, Mike Kitts, Steve McJunkins, and Tommy Johnson. This series, it's been 6 games so far. Each team has won 3. Ohio State, however, has lost the last 3 to Virginia. That came in 1981 and in 2015 and 2016. There's a crazy story about this rivalry with these two teams, and Skip Mossick, once he housed the Music City Special that he ate, which is about a 1.5 foot long piece of barbecue with all kind of condiments on it, 2 feet long. These two teams played at St. John Arena in 1980 on a Sunday afternoon. It was an NBC televised national game. Ohio State won that game. The previous night, they lost to Wisconsin at St. John Arena, a loss that ended up very much costing Ohio State a chance to win a Big Ten title.
Yeah, I watched that game against Virginia and also the one against Wisconsin. Became a big-time Ohio State fan before I ultimately chose to go there. But, yeah, that was a very disappointing loss of Wisconsin, a team and game that you thought they should have won, and they did not, unfortunately.
This is the latest in the year that Ohio State has played a non-conference game since March of 1987 when they played Florida International. But this was a game that Jake Diebler wanted. He has really wanted to beef up the non-conference schedule. This certainly does it with the 15th ranked team in the country.
Yeah, but also with healthy players, though.
Sure.
Yeah. Brandon Knoll in the lineup. John Mobley Jr., unfortunately, don't have him. And, you know, Puff Johnson, that instead of this being whatever game it is, I mean, you're talking about him being in here earlier. His advancement, his contributions clearly would be at a higher level. We've seen the improvement here of late. Hopefully it'll continue here tonight.
Virginia comes in having won 5 in a row. They're on a 6-game road winning streak. Cavaliers wearing traveling blue uniforms with orange trim. Ohio State debuting some new unis tonight. They are gray uniforms with script Buckeyes on the front.
You know, when you look at Puff Johnson, this being his 5th game, Paul, here's a young man that you can see the last time he played 2 for 2 from beyond the arc, and that's part of that rhythm as a basketball player you get a level of comfort when you're out there on the floor once you get game minutes.
Yes. Christoph Tilley and Johan Grunlow, a couple of young men from Germany in the center circle for the opening tip, a couple of 7-footers. Grunlow controls the tap behind him, and Virginia with Dallin Hall will start the night with the ball moving right to left here in Nashville. Hall bounces now where it's handled by de Ridder. De Ridder will dribble it around the right side of the foul line, drive the right lane line, move to the paint, shoot it right at the foul line. No good, de Ridder. Thornton rebounds Ohio State. Here come the Buckeyes left to right with their first possession of the game. Bruce Thornton picked up by Hall, and a man-to-man will start it between the circles. Thornton still dribbling, top of the key. Hall still with him. Thornton looking to give it up, but still pounds the dribble, top of the key. Shot clock at 15, feeds it left to the foul line to Amari Bynum, swings it left wing. Chapman. Tayson Chapman will drive to the left corner, bounces now down on the left block, where Tilley will feed ahead to the key. Bynum knocks down a three.
He's wide open after the initial action between Tayson Chapman and Christoph Tilley.
Amari Bynum puts Ohio State ahead 3-0. 1 minute into the game. Dallin Hall, the BYU transfer, brings it for Virginia. Leaves it now Thomas, who gives it back to Hall, top of the key. Dribbles to the foul line, goes back to Thomas on the right point. He'll drive it into the lane. Stop down on the left block, turn, shoot it over Chapman, left to the lane, no good. Rebound grab by Bynum of Ohio State. 3-0. Buckeyes leading, and coming up left to right again is Bruce Thornton, dribbling top of the key on Hall. Feeds it Tilley, left to the foul line. Tilley, one dribble, goes left corner now. Devin Royal, he'll bring it to the left point. Royal, stop, shoot it left to the foul line. On no good, and over the board and out of bounds.
That's a shot that he can make. High percentage for Devin Royal. He got to that elbow, Paul. Great elevation.
Coming off a 19.7 rebound game Wednesday in the win over USC. 3-0. Ohio State the lead. Virginia with the basketball. Minute and a half into the game. Dallin Hall, center circle. Feeds it left point. Sam Lewis, where he's guarded by Devin Royal and Ohio State's man-to-man. Lewis holding on to it. Left to the key. Now he walks to the top of the circle. Lewis dribbles right at the foul line. Goes down the right lane line. Pulls up, shoots, and misses right to the paint. Rebound Tilley, Ohio State. 3-0 Buckeyes as Royal advances up the right side for Ohio State. Royal is picked up now by DeRitter, working right at the key. Throws the top of the circle. Christoph Tilley. Tilley will hold it over his head from the head of the key. Dribble and now stop right of the circle. Bouncing on the right point to Thornton. Brings it head of the key. Glides to the foul line. Back to Tilley. Right point. Shoots a three. Tilley in and out. Rebound grab by Thomas of Virginia. 3-0 Ohio State leading. Thomas racing up the left side for the Cavaliers. Thomas on the left point into the lane. Thomas kicks now in the right corner to Ritter. Right point Lewis. Now to come top of the key to Hall. Going down the left side of the lane. Hall passes in the paint where Grunlow shoots a jumper up and in.
Yeah, Bruce Thornton took a massive hit from Grunlow and a screen.
And the Cavaliers on the board, trailing 3-2. They almost stole the inbound, but it goes out of bounds off Virginia.
They might challenge this, Paul.
Really? This early?
Yeah, Coach Odom was looking at his sideline.
3-2 Ohio State leading. 17:47 to play first half. Backcourt pressure put on by the Cavaliers as the inbound for the Buckeyes comes to Bruce Thornton. Thornton is stalked by Dallin Hall as he crosses the line on the right side. Thornton dribbles to the right point. Hall sticks with him in a man-to-man. Bounces top of the key to Christoph Tilley. Holds it over his head. Tilley, guarded by Grunlow, dribbles to the left point now. Leaves it foul line for Royal. Lobs to Tilley, left to the rim. Catches under the lid. Dribbles down on the left point. Working on Grunlow. Low on the left. Tilley fakes. Goes up. Shot no good. Rebound off to Thomas, Virginia, who trails 3-2. Thomas, top of the key. Bounces now Lewis. Driving low on the left. Reverse layup good. Right to the rim. Sam Lewis. So Virginia in front for the first time. 4-3. 3 minutes into the game. Tayson Chapman for Ohio State making his first ever start. Ladles the ball over on the left point. Tilley back to Chapman, left to the key. Dribbles foul line. Chapman backs away, shoots it straight on top. Chapman hits it for two.
He took the hit, created separation, elevation, knocked it down, Paul.
5-4 run. Ohio State on top thanks to Chapman's first bucket of the game. Hall quickly up the left side. Virginia left wing to Ritter. Back to Hall on the left point. Dallin Hall will dribble top of the key on Thornton, take it foul line, kick it out on the right point, but throw it right to Jake Diebler where it goes out of bounds. Turnover to Ohio State.
Yeah, really like the defense of Ohio State, Paul. Watching their scouting preparation, they've taken away a number of actions of Virginia early. That right there was a scouting turnover. They took away the passing lanes.
A couple of changes for the Cavaliers. Aguna Onienso, a 7-foot senior in, as well as Chance Mallory, a 5'10 freshman guard. 5-4, Ohio State by 1. 16:48 to play in the first half, and Jake Diebler is going to get 7-foot 2-inch Ivan Yagovin in to replace Christoph Tilley. So each coach subs their 5 men out. Yagovin coming off a 1.4 rebound game Wednesday. 5-4, Ohio State with a lead in the ball. Bruce Thornton guarded in the backcourt by Mallory, brings it across and throws on the right point to Chapman, where he's checked by Thomas. Lobs it top of the key for Yagovin. Ivan Yagovin holds, dribbles once top of the key, looks to give it up, looks left, looks and throws on the right point to Chapman. 13 on the shot clock. Chapman to the foul line. Chapman down the lane, passes underneath for Yagovin, who banks it in right of the rim.
Yeah, Chapman did a great job taking a hit again and staying on balance and making a nice pass.
7-4 Ohio State, 16:20 to play in the half. Mallory starts at right point, Virginia. Dribbles to the foul line, Chance Mallory, creeps down the lane, throws it up at the goal from in the paint and misses. Rebound volleyed out where Mallory gets it. Now DeRitter left to the foul line, back to go to Mallory, top of the key, left point Lewis, left corner DeRitter. DeRitter drives, gets shut off on the baseline, brings it into the lane, and a charging foul called on Tess DeRitter as he bowled into Amari Bynum.
Yeah, Tess DeRitter just using that frame of his 6'9", 238, clearly knocked over Amari Bynum.
So the Buckeyes get the ball back, leading 7-4. Virginia with another change as Devin Tillis, a 6'7" sub, comes in, as well as Jakari White, who was their leading scorer in their Tuesday win at Florida State. He had a 19-point game. 7-4, Ohio State leading, Virginia pressing. 4 minutes into the first half, Devin Royal will trigger into Chapman, working right side of the backcourt, and White guarding him. Tayson Chapman making his first ever Ohio State start. Works in the backcourt, brings it across the line on the right side. He may have gotten away with a shove. Feeds it right wing for Njagobin. Back to Chapman on the right point. He'll dribble to the right corner, pull up, shoot a jumper, and hit it from the right corner. Tayson Chapman.
Nothing but the cords.
4 points. Chapman, 9-4. Ohio State, 15:44 left in the half. Mallory quickly up the right side for Virginia. Mallory driving right baseline into the basket, bounces left corner. We're handling the basketball as Lewis going into the lane. Lewis turns, leans against Royal, bounces where it's stolen by Thornton. Driving down the right side. Thornton to the hoop from low on the right, scoops it up and in, and he's fouled. Basket counts. Bruce Thornton for his first two, and he'll have a free throw opportunity as we get a timeout. 15:29 to play first half here in Nashville. 9-4, Ohio State ahead of Virginia. This is Buckeye basketball from Learfield.
For over 37 years, Buckeye Nation has known Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse for serving the best steaks in the city. Our thick-cut, aged steaks are a staple in Columbus, with 3 locations in Upper Arlington, Dublin, and downtown. And just like the Buckeyes, we strive for excellence and an experience like no other. Hyde Park is proud to introduce the newly added wine room at our downtown Columbus location, where a new elegance in dining surrounds you, creating the ideal setting for any occasion or the perfect night out. Hyde Park is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
The future of recycling is now at Rumpke Waste and Recycling. The recycling leader has opened North America's largest, most technologically advanced recycling center right here in Central Ohio. This one-of-a-kind facility features interactive displays, educational opportunities, and the ability to process over 60 tons of recycled material per hour. Rumpke is committed to recycling and sustainability efforts, and for more than 90 years, Rumpke has worked to make sure the items you place in your recycling bin get used again. Visit Rumpke.com to learn how you can team with Rumpke to put less trash in our landfills and more of it to good use.
Running around is a requirement on the court, but it shouldn't be the norm for grocery shopping. Get everything in one place at Giant Eagle, with produce delivered daily, meat and seafood expertly cut by our team, and bread and desserts baked in store. Fresh is our thing. With My Perks rewards, everyday low prices, and weekly deals, saving is simple. Shop at Giant Eagle, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. For freshness, quality, and savings in one stop, Giant Eagle, because it matters.
The Fan. Ohio sports destination. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Coors Light, Mountain Cold Refreshment, made to chill. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Celebrate responsibly. 15:29 to play first half here in Nashville. Ohio State has an 11-4 lead over Virginia.
Yeah, how about their defense, Paul? Virginia 33% from the field, while the Buckeyes are 63. That's the way you create separation. And Virginia has yet to take a three-point shot so far.
And that's an area that they're pretty – usually they're pretty good defensively, but also offensively they've been a good three-point shooting team. That foul was on Jakari White, but it was because Bruce Thornton got a steal, and the Buckeyes were able to score in transition.
Yeah, the preparation has been really good here. Just watching this game, these first 4 minutes and 31 seconds, they have really done a good job of taking away the first, in some cases, second actions of Virginia. Well, sometimes it led to a turnover, and then obviously the disruption in their offense, big reason why they're only shooting 33% from the field. The question is, can you sustain it? You know that your bench is shortened. Can you do this not only in the first half but also in the second half?
How about the start for Tayson Chapman?
Yeah, I mean, you can tell he's comfortable, Paul. And, talking to Ivan Njagobin, when he got his first start, he said he had some butterflies, right? Even though he's played at this college level, second year, he had some butterflies. Tayson Chapman seemed like it has not hurt him at all, or his confidence is right there.
Well, Bruce Thornton will be going to the free throw line. He'll be on the court with Puff Johnson, Christoph Tilley, Devin Royal, and Amari Bynum for Virginia. Chance Mallory is out on the court, as well as Dallin Hall, Jakari White, Oguna Onyenso, as well as Devin Tillis. So Bruce Thornton, who is now the number 5 all-time scorer in Ohio State history, he passed Kelvin Ramsey the other night, will go to the free throw line where he excelled Wednesday, as did Ohio State. They were 24 for 25 at the line. Thornton knocks down his free throw. He was 11 for 11 at the stripe. Bruce Thornton Wednesday. Buckeyes have a 12-4 lead over Virginia. 15.5 to play in the half. Mallory starts it high on the right for the Hokies. Dribbles to the right point, goes it to Anienso. Top of the key, gives it now where Tillis handles it on the left point. Devin Tillis dribbles to the left corner on Bynum, back to Anienso. Working left point, gives it high on the right, Dallin Hall with 13 on the shot clock. Hall against Thornton, top of the key. Hall will drift now to the left point, throw it high on the right to White. 8 on the shot clock. White working the right point, takes it foul line, goes underneath where it's caught by Anienso. Puts up a shot, blocked for the foul.
From behind, I believe, or maybe Puff Johnson underneath.
Well, Tilly was there, it looked like, for the block. And it is Puff Johnson, Ron, as you said, with the foul, his first.
Yeah, he got him low. I thought Devin Royal got it clean up top. A little surprised they would have called it on him, which they did not.
So 7-foot senior Oguna Anienso from Nigeria will go to the line to shoot 2.
At 10 points versus Syracuse.
Free throw good. He is at his 3rd college, which seems to fail in comparison with the young man we referenced the other night who was at his 6th.
Yeah, Kentucky 2 years, Kansas State 1 year. Now he's at Virginia,
where he is a 73% free throw shooter. Anienso's second foul shot is good for his 2nd point. And it's a 12-6 Ohio State lead over Virginia. Buckeyes dealing with backcourt pressure. Devin Royal pushes it up the middle of the floor with Dallin Hall right on him. Royal gets away with a shove. He should have been called for an offensive foul, but wasn't. Top of the key, it comes to Christoph Tilly. Dribbles to the left point. Tilly against the man-to-man. Stops, looks to give it up. Gives it Royal, who glides to the foul line. Royal now goes down the lane. Shoots from low on the right on the run. Banker, no good. Tip Tilly, good, right at the rim. First 2 for Christoph Tilly, and Ohio State has a 14-6 lead with 14.5 to play in the half. Mallory on the right sideline for Virginia with the basketball. Mallory will drive it into the lane, get it left wing. Tillis leaves it left corner. White, who dribbled to the left point. Top of the key, it comes to Hall, who's guarded by Thornton. 15 on the shot clock for Dallin Hall. Works it on the right point. Takes it foul line, goes down the lane. Stops, gives it to the left wing. White, he'll drive it down to the left block. Running shot, White, thrown up. Air ball, caught by Bynum for Ohio State, who leads at 14-6. Amari Bynum pushes it up the left side, throws the ball, stolen by Jakari White. He'll go down the right side of the lane and get an easy layup, and he misses it. Bynum rebounds a miss for Ohio State. 14-6, Buckeyes on top, 6 minutes into the game. That was a gift that wasn't cashed in on. Thornton, top of the key, snaps off a 3, and he hits it off the bounce. Bruce Thornton.
5-point swing, Paul.
And 6-point total, Ron, for Bruce Thornton. 17-6, Ohio State. Under 14 to play in the first half. Hall on the left point with it for Virginia as he works on Tilly. Takes him foul line. Hall goes in the left corner. Tillis fakes, drives left baseline, gets on the right block. Jumper good. Tillis right at the rim. Devin Tillis with his first 2. 17-8 Ohio State. Sounds like there's a fair amount of Buckeye fans here, Ron. 13.5 left in the half. Christoph Tilly walks it to the right point. Drives a right lane line. Running shot low on the right. Up. No good. Tilly. Rebound White for Virginia. 17-8 Ohio State leading. White bounces up court. Hall on the right wing. Hall stops right at the lane. Throws in the left point. Tillis gets it left corner. Mallory snaps off a 3. Mallory hits it.
And they got the Buckeyes confused in transition.
First 3 for Chance Mallory. 17-11 Ohio State leading. 13:09 to play in the half. Thornton crossed the line right side for Ohio State. Flips the ball right wing, Christoph Tilly, who's guarded by Onienso. Tilly will dribble it once on the right wing, look to give it up, lops it on the right point for Thornton. Thornton using Tilly as a screener, dribbles once, goes left point, Royal. He'll gun a 3, Royal, no good, front iron. Rebound is grabbed by Tillis of Virginia. 17-11 Ohio State, under 13 to play in the half. Tillis throws the ball in the lane. Onienso catches and he is run into and fouled. He was under the rim in a bad spot, but Christoph Tilly ran into him, committing his first.
Yeah, Christoph Tilly was a little off balance, Paul. That led to that foul.
So to be a free throw opportunity for Oguna Onienso of Virginia.
Onienso, I really didn't think had he caught it, Paul, would have been in bad offensive position.
I agree.
Been right underneath the rim, so that's just a tough break there for Ohio State.
This is a young man that's one of the best in the nation as far as active shot blockers with 164. His first free throw is missed.
Had 8 blocks against Butler, Thad Mata.
Yeah. Tayson Chapman coming in along with Colin White for Ohio State, who hasn't played in the last 2 games. So that bench of Ohio State, which is shorter because of the absence of John Mobley, getting some workers out there. Onienso with a second free throw, puts it up and in. 3 points for Oguna Onienso. He'll be replaced now by Johan Grunlow. It is 17-12 Ohio State.
Yeah, solid minutes off the bench for Onienso.
Backcourt pressure put on. Colin White looking inbound for Ohio State. Gets it Tilly at the Virginia foul line. 7-foot Christoph Tilly dribbling against 7-footer Grunlow. Brings it across the line right side. Works his way to the left point. Christoph Tilly pivots top of the key. Still dribbling ahead of the circle. Christoph Tilly. Tilly against Grunlow, leaves it Thornton, top of the circle. Thornton stops, throws it left to the key for another 3. No good. Rebound fought for and taken away by Lewis of Virginia. 17-12, Ohio State leading. Lewis up the right side to Mallory on the right wing. Mallory will throw it across to DeRitter on the left wing. He'll drive to the hoop, roll on the left. Driving shot, good, and a foul. DeRitter gets his first 2 of the game.
Yeah, it's called a controlled closeout, and that's something that Puff Johnson did not do. Great job getting out there, Paul, but you got to be able to take away the shot, but maintain defensive position to not allow the offensive player to have a straight line drive to the basket, and that is what happened.
And they called that on Puff Johnson, you're saying?
Or Christoph Tilley, one of the two.
Well,
it is on Christoph Tilley.
All right.
That should be his second.
That's why I'm wondering about that. Test DeRitter at the line to try and complete a 3-point play. Free throw is good for DeRitter, who has 3, and it's a 2-point game, 17-15 Ohio State.
Wow, they called it on Tilley, but that would have been his second.
Maybe an earlier one was on someone else. Backcourt pressure put on. Tilley gets the inbound, returns to the trigger man Royal, back to Tilley. With Ohio State leading by 2, 17-15. Thornton will now work it up the right side. Thornton brings it to the right point where he's guarded by Tess DeRitter. By Dallin Hall. Thornton will walk it between the circles. 12:03 left in the half. 15 on the shot clock. Thornton top of the key goes right point to Chapman. Chapman bounces down on the right block for Christoph Tilley. Posting up Grunlow. Tilley throws it up and he is fouled by putting a shot up that he misses. Foul will be on Grunlow, his first, and we'll get a timeout with 11:55 to play in the half here in Nashville. 17-15. Ohio State ahead of Virginia. This is Buckeye basketball from Learfield.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safelite Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at Safelite.com. Safelite Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Buckeye fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
Buckeye football lives here. The Fan. You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
The Roosters Foundation helps raise over $1 million each year for local charities and organizations and is the official wing sponsor of your Ohio State Buckeyes. The Roosters Foundation is donating $25 for every foul shot the Buckeyes make at home this season to the Down Syndrome Association of Central Ohio, providing support and opportunities to families and individuals living with Down syndrome. 11:55 to play first half here in Nashville. 17-15, Ohio State leading Virginia.
Well, looking at these fouls, that's the first place I'm going. They're showing Tilley with 1.
And Puff Johnson with 2. That was the foul we couldn't find.
Wow.
So, but what was a good start for Ohio State, Virginia's closed down on now.
They have. You're right. No question about that, Paul. But if you're Ohio State, you got to feel good about your start. Defensively, you've done a really good job against Virginia, and you've been able to have some consistency on the offensive end thanks to having Christoph Tilley bring the ball up the court.
Mm-hmm.
Virginia's a team that will deploy full court pressure, Paul, and one way to relieve that is put the ball in the hand of your center that has the ability to bring it up the court.
Grunlow, DeRitter, Lewis, Thomas, and Hall, the starting 5 for the Cavaliers around the court. But there are a lot of tickets that got used up here tonight. Colin White, Tayson Chapman, Christoph Tilley, Devin Royal, and Bruce Thornton for Ohio State.
Well, normally they always have a lot of tickets in
They
Nashville
normally do.
at the games.
And you know what else they have? Something at the concession stand called the Music City Special, a 2-foot piece of barbecue sauce, condiments, cheese, and Skip Mossick housed the entire thing in record time.
Christoph Tilley at the line, shooting 2. First one is good.
Stop fibbing, Paul.
And he did. He ate some of it. He gave the rest to Troy Taylor. Tilley with 3. 76% free thrower, and Christoph was a big part of why Ohio State had that strong free throw shooting night the other night as he bangs the second one in. He was 4 for 4 against USC, and the Buckeyes lead now is 19-15. 11:50 to play here in the first half in Nashville. Dallin Hall, center circle, Virginia bounces left point for Thomas. Back to Hall, top of the key where he works on Thornton, has the screen, can't use it. Works his way ahead of the key to the foul line. Hall down the right lane line, scoops it up and in.
Man, a lot of physicality in there. Grunlow just knocked Christoph Tilley to the floor.
First 2 for Hall to make it 19-17. Buckeyes by 2. Inbound to Tilley against backcourt pressure for Ohio State. 7-footer will dribble it up court, bring it across the line on the left side. Tilley brings it now between the circles, dribbles to the left point. Tilley stops left of the key, bounces foul line. Chapman down the lane. Chapman throws it wide to Tilley and out of bounds under the lid.
Yeah, good look, just didn't make the connection.
And now Gabe Cupps will come in for the first time for Ohio State, replacing Bruce Thornton in the backcourt.
First break for Bruce Thornton.
Yes, it is. 19-17, Buckeyes by a couple. 11-11 to play in the half. Malik Thomas for Virginia gets it left point to Dallin Hall where he's guarded by Cupps. Foul to Thomas down on the left block, and he is fouled trying to get in the air to shoot. Colin White got a piece of it. First foul on White. And it'll be the 4th of the half against Ohio State.
Yeah, both teams. Bunch of players hitting the floor hard.
Amari Bynum in, Colin White out for Ohio State. And that's going to be called a floor foul for
on a
Virginia.
pass. Yep, he passed it to the corner.
So Dallin Hall will inbound it from right to the backboard. Cavaliers down 2, 19-17. Hall handed the ball, bounces now deep in the right corner where it's handled by Thomas. Gets it right point. Grunlow hands it off now where Lewis dribbles right at the key. Lewis down the right side of the lane. Stops on the right block, turns, looks to feed, feeds in the lane. Grunlow, top of the key to Ritter. He'll fling a 3 to Ritter. No good. Airball sails out of bounds.
When you look at DeRitter, Paul, he's had a number of really good games here. 10 over 20, 132 against Notre Dame. Last couple of games, single digits.
19-17. Ohio State the lead in the ball, and again dealing with Virginia's backcourt pressure. Just under 11 to play in the half. Devin Royal will be the inbounder. Royal looking to inbound. Everybody going into their motions. He'll throw it now to Tilley, who catches on the left side of the backcourt. Christoph Tilley hands it to Gabe Cupps. He'll advance it up the right side. Gabe Cupps with Hall guarding him. Cupps right of center circle for Ohio State, who leads it by 2. Bouncer goes on the right point. Devin Royal fits at top of the key now to Christoph Tilley. Bounces to Cupps on the left point. 13 of the shot clock for Gabe Cupps. Cupps is swinging now just below center circle. Chapman, top of the key to Tilley. 8 on the shot clock. Tilley walks it to the left wing. Tilley to Cupps on the left point. Slips to the foul line. Stops. He's in trouble. Goes right wing where Bynum throws a 3. That's good.
Shot clock almost hitting 0.
6 for Bynum. 22-17 Ohio State. 10-17 left in the half. Quickly, Virginia gets the ball up court. Grunlow on the right point will bring it top of the key. Johan Grunlow bounces it. Now it's stolen by Gabe Cupps at Ohio State. Cupps up the left side, leads the break and slows it on the left point for the Buckeyes, who lead at 22-17. Royal will go back to Cupps, left corner. Had a notion to shoot, but bounces down to the left block for Bynum. Bynum working on Grunlow on the left block. Works left baseline, turns, shoots at left corner. Up, no good. Bynum rebound is grabbed by Thomas of Virginia. 22-17, Ohio State under 10 to play in the half. Malik Thomas, top of the key. Grunlow back to Thomas, top side. Thomas will dribble right to the foul line. Step back, throw a 3 right of the key. Thomas, no good. Rebound is grabbed now by Grunlow down on the left block, Virginia. Top of the key again to Thomas. 22-17, Ohio State. Thomas down the right side of the lane. Layup good.
Had the advantage.
First 2 for Thomas, and we're going to get a stoppage here. Net issue, yeah, down the other way. The net was tangled. Thank you, Skip. 22-19 is the Ohio State lead with that score change, and it allows both teams to change players. Yagovin comes in for Ohio State. Tellis came back in for Virginia. So 9.5 to play in the half. 22-19. Buckeyes will lead in the ball. Tayson Chapman working left side of the backcourt against Malik Thomas. Chapman will slowly cross the line on the left side. Man-to-man defense, Virginia. Chapman feeds to top of the key. Ivan Yagovin back to Chapman, top of the key. He'll dribble left to the foul line. Stop, look to give it up. Chapman now in trouble with the ball. Looks to feed, throws left point Bynum. 12 on the shot clock. Bynum drives to the hoop. Reverse layup, missed right of the rim, but a foul called late on Grunlow.
It was late, but it was the appropriate call. You can hear the boos from the Virginia fan base, but there was a lot of contact there.
And it'll be Amari Bynum who get free throw opportunities thanks to the 4th foul of the half on Virginia and the 2nd on Johan Grunlow.
Yeah, it's a bang-bang play, really quick. And the way they've been calling it, that would have been let go. But I thought that was the appropriate call. It impacted Amari Bynum's ability to put the ball up and in the basket.
So Bynum will go to the line, nails his first free throw for his 7th point. And Oguna Onienso will come in and replace Grunlow for Virginia. Bruce Thornton replaces Gabe Cupps, who got a steal earlier for Ohio State.
Amari Bynum, 11 points in the last ball game, had 2 games prior to that, back-to-back in single digits.
Second free throw for Bynum, up and in. His 8th point. 24-19 Ohio State. 9-10 to play till halftime here in Nashville. Mallory brings it up court, feeds in the left side. Lewis back to Chance Mallory on the left wing for Virginia. Returns it Lewis, dribbling left to the lane. Lewis slinks into the paint. Lewis turns, looks to give it up. Lewis bounces out on the right point where it's handled by Tillis. Tillis will feed to top of the key. Thomas, 10 on the shot clock. Thomas gets fouled as he worked the left side of the lane, and Chapman hacked him, his first.
Yeah, that was one of those tough ones because, yes, there was contact by Chapman, but I thought Virginia losing his balance and Thomas, and that led to the official thinking that most of it was as a result of Taysom Chapman's defense, and I think it was more so because Thomas lost his balance.
Floor foul, 5th of the half on Ohio State. Mallory will inbound left to the backboard for Virginia, who trails 24-19. Gets it Onienso, left wing, back to Mallory, dribbling left point. Top of the key, it goes Thomas. Thomas dribbling left to the foul line, now shoots a 3 left to the key. No good. Rebound Onienso down on the left block. Onienso swings it in the lane where Thomas drives and lays it in. 4 for Thomas. 24-21 Ohio State. Virginia scoring thanks to an offensive rebound. 8.5 to play in the half. Royal starts at right point, Ohio State, with Thomas guarding him. Feeds at top of the key, and Yagovin back to Royal, head of the circle. Royal dribbling now right of the lane, stops, looks to give it up. He's killed his dribble. Feeds at top of the key, and Yagovin. Ivan will walk it to the right point. Hand it off right to the key to Thornton, who slips to the foul line. Thornton down the left side of the lane. Couple of head fakes, goes to Royal, top side. Royal now head of the key, jumps up a jumper that's good. Devin Royal for his first 2.
Yes, heavily contested by Sam Lewis.
26-21 Ohio State. Virginia in a hurry. And Thomas driving low on the left, gets shut off in the paint, throws top of the key where Lewis will gun a 3, and he hit it. Excuse me, it's Tillis who knocked it in. Tillis with 5, and it's 26-24 Buckeyes again, just by 2, with under 8 to play in the half. Ohio State looking to inbound against full court pressure. Thornton to Chapman, and Taysom Chapman, guarded by Malik Thomas, brings it up the middle of the backcourt. 26-24 Ohio State leading. 7:42 left in the half. Chapman across the line right side, feeds it high on the right sideline to Thornton. Bruce will use a screen from Yagovin to go top of the key. Thornton now dribbling left to the foul line, goes left corner. Devin Royal top of the key, and Yagovin. Ivan will hand it Thornton, dribbling at the foul line. Thornton works down the left side of the lane, forces a shot up and in. Bruce Thornton.
Yes, it was heavily contested by Chance Mallory.
8 for Thornton, 28-24 Ohio State, 7:19 left in the half. Mallory, who you referenced, dribbles down the lane, lobs to the basket. Onienso dunks it coming down the left baseline.
Onienso has been outstanding for Virginia off that bench.
Assist Chance Mallory, 5 for Onienso, and it's a 28-26 Ohio State lead of a deuce with 7 minutes to play in the half. Royal against pressure, inbounds the ball to Bruce Thornton. He'll dribble up the right side, cross the timeline. Thornton with Mallory draped all over him. Thornton to the right wing. Thornton trying to back down to the right block, and finally a foul called on Chance Mallory, his first, and we'll get a timeout with 6:53 left in the half. 28-26, Ohio State ahead of Virginia. This is Buckeye basketball from Learfield.
American Electric Power is a proud sponsor of Buckeyes Care.
Hi, I'm Janelle Coleman with American Electric Power. At AEP, we're proud to support our communities, powering progress and creating opportunities every day. Our partnership with Buckeyes Care reflects a shared commitment to uplifting Central Ohio through service, connection, and care. Together, we are building a brighter future for everyone we serve.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
When you're here, you understand what it means to be a Buckeye. And at Elk & Elk, we're proud to wear scarlet and gray every Saturday. Every client, every day, means if you're ever injured, we're proud to stand with you in court. And when you're here at the shoe, we're proud to stand with you and cheer on the Buckeyes.
Whether we're here at the big game or in court, we are committed to you.
Elk & Elk, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan. The This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Welcome back to our UHM broadcast position, sponsored by Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229, 6:53 to play first half here in Nashville at Bridgestone Arena, where they're used to power plays and penalty kills, but it is a 28-26 Ohio State lead over Virginia.
You're referring to hockey?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hockey, eh?
I know. Okay.
Home of the Predators.
Yeah, Amari Bynum here, off to a really good start as a freshman playing against a ranked team. He has 8 points, 2 for 3 from the field, perfect from beyond the arc, and perfect from the free throw line. And then the other high score for Ohio State, I'm looking at the stat sheet here, is Bruce Thornton with 8. And, Bruce is not 100%, a little under the weather, but so far so good, 3 or 4 from the field.
Yes, so Ohio State again playing without John Mobley, who was out with a hand injury. It was worded indefinite, but again, everybody is saying that John will be back before the regular season ends. The Buckeyes have out of the timeout Gabe Cupps, Puff Johnson, Devin Royal, Christoph Tilley, and Bruce Thornton on the court.
Not surprised that Virginia has the bench point lead advantage there, 13-2 so far in this ball game.
Well, they've gotten 5 points from Oguna Onienso. Devin Tillis has given them 5 off the bench as well.
Yeah, 7-footer coming off the bench that had some really good experience at some solid universities.
Yes, he did. Chance Mallory, Jakari White, Oguna Onienso, Dallin Hall, and Devin Tillis are the 5 on the court for Virginia. Gabe Cupps will inbound it for Ohio State from right of the backboard. Buckeyes leading 28-26 with 6:53 left until halftime. Ohio State got off to a great start. Cupps with the ball right of the backboard, looking to inbound. Everybody going into their motions. Cupps will get it out on the right wing to Bruce Thornton. Thornton drives it into the paint. Stop, shoots below the foul line. No good. Rebound. Onienso for Virginia, who's down a couple, 28-26. Tillis brings it up the left side. Dribbles top of the key for the Cavaliers. Now gives him the right point to Mallory, who spins right to the key. Dumps it deep in the right corner for White, who launches a 3 that he hits.
Yeah, Paul, you mentioned 19 points at Florida. Shooting the ball well.
His first 3 of the game to give Virginia a 29-28 lead with 6:28 to play in the half. Gabe Cupps high on the right sideline with the ball. Ohio State feeds it high on the left to Bruce Thornton. Thornton will give it top of the key. Christoph Tilley, who holds it at the head of the circle. Tilley shoots a straight on 3. Bullseye.
Yeah, great sign for Ohio State. You can see Christoph Tilley starting to shoot it like he did last year at Santa Clara.
7 for Tilley. 31-29 Ohio State with 6:09 left in the half. Tillis, Virginia, top of the key pass Onienso. Gives it Mallory on the left point. Mallory dribbling now on the left wing. Mallory down to the left block under the backboard. Throws on the right point. Tillis leaves it right wing. Hall with one bounce against Royal. Sends it where Gabe Cupps pokes it away, but it's saved by Mallory. Right wing drives into the lane, and he gets run into and fouled by Gabe Cupps.
Yep, initial good defensive reach in there by Gabe Cupps. A little bit out of defensive position, and that is why he committed the foul.
His first and the 6th of the half on Ohio State.
Active shooting, I believe.
I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Chance Mallory's at the line.
A 5'10 freshman from Charlottesville, Virginia, which is where the UVA campus is located.
Okay.
Mallory on the year. Averages 10.2 a game. And he is a 76% free thrower. Cans his first one for his 4th point tonight.
2 games this year, Paul, with at least 10 free throws or more. 15 double-figure games this year.
Tess DeRitter comes in, replacing Tillis for Virginia.
Tess DeRitter.
Yes, it is spelled T-H-I-J-S. Second free throw is good for Mallory to tie the game. 5 for Chance Mallory, and the game's even at 31 with 5:53 left in the half. Christoph Tilley, 7-footer, will dribble it up the middle of the backcourt. Ohio State crosses the line at center circle. Gives it now left to the key Royal. Left of center circle, it comes to Bruce Thornton. Thornton is guarded by Hall, holding it left of the logo. 15 of the shot clock. Top of the key to Tilley. Tilley against Onienso. Holds it. Now with 10 of the shot clock, Tilley dribbles, hands it to Thornton. Thornton is fouled. And it was Hall who trailed the play, hacked him from behind, his first.
They were not going to call it initially. Then when Bruce Thornton tripped as he was trying to get up from the initial hit, then they called it.
That is the 6th of the half on the Cavaliers. Chapman replacing Cupps for Ohio State, who gets a reset of 20 on the shot clock. Game tied at 31, 5.5 left in the half. So Ohio State will inbound the ball from the left sideline with Bruce Thornton throwing it in. Dallin Hall, who committed the foul, right in front of him. Thornton gets it out left of center circle for Puff Johnson.
Johnson dribbling a high on the left with White on him. Johnson brings it between the rings. Johnson stops top of the key, flips to Tilley on the right point. His bounce pass in the lane, kicked to bounced away, but Tilley into the backcourt, chases it down and saves it. Leaves it to Thornton. 3 seconds left. Ball will come now. Royal right point. Shoots a long three. No good. Royal. Offensive rebound was grabbed underneath by Puff Johnson, but taken away by Oni Enso of Virginia in a tie game at 31. Now Mallory racing up the right side. Mallory gets fouled as he went down the right side. Thornton got a piece of it.
I think that should have been a shot clock violation.
I'm not sure, Ron.
The ball didn't hit the rim, I don't believe. Paul.
Okay. Hard to tell for sure from our angle here. But Puff Johnson had the rebound, but it was wrestled away from him. That is 7 fouls in the half now on Ohio State. So Chance Mallory will go to the free throw line, where tonight he is 2 for 2. And now Johan Grunlow comes in to replace Oni Enso for Virginia. Well, Mallory, along with a handful of couple of other players right from the Charlottesville area like Desmond Roberts, recruited right in Virginia's backyard. The all-time leading scorer at his high school in Charlottesville, Chance Mallory. First to the 1-and-1, up and in.
He's staying home.
With his 6-point.
Or close to home.
Yes. So Virginia in front, 32-31, with 5:03 to play in the half. Of course, Ryan Odom spent a lot of his growing up in Charlottesville when his dad was an assistant at Virginia under Terry Holland.
I remember those days.
Yes. Chance Mallory's second free throw is perfect for his 7th point, all but 3 coming at the line. And it's 33-31 Virginia with 5 minutes to play in the half. Tayson Chapman for Ohio State brings the ball at the right side of the backcourt with Mallory guarding him in a man-to-man. Chapman center circle, sloppy dribble. It looks like he got away with an over and back. No call. Thornton now takes over the ball. High on the right. Thornton dribbling right at the key. Thornton with Hall guarding, Ritter guarding him. Gives it right wing now, Christoph Tilley. Tilley will leave it. Chapman on the right point. He'll return it to Tilley. Top of the key, bobbles, saves it. Drives the right lane line. Stops, knocked out of his hand, but a foul called on Mallory, who knocked it out of his hand.
What a sloppy possession, but you're going to get a couple of free throws here.
Yes.
Or one, well, at least one with the 1-and-1.
Yes. Chance Mallory with his second personal foul. So to be Christoph Tilley with the 1-and-1 you referenced, Ron.
Yeah, you potentially had an over and back with Tayson Chapman, and then
you're polite saying potentially.
Christoph Tilley
should have been.
Christoph Tilley driving to the basket, lost control of it, and then somewhat bailed out because of the foul call.
Well, Ohio State Wednesday night, 24 for 25 of the foul line against USC. They were 14 for 14 in the second half.
Yeah. Definitely led to them winning that ball game.
And Tilley was a big part of it. Shoots a free throw and misses it. Rebound to Ritter for Virginia, who leads at 33-31. 4.5 to play in the half. Jakari White racing up court to the right corner. White, where he's guarded by Tilley. White dribbling, drives right baseline, gets into the backboard on the left block. Now he'll bring it out to the left point, Jakari White. White dribbles top of the key, throws left wing test to Ritter. He'll dribble into the, stops left of the lane as he works on Tilley. Dribbling on the left block to Ritter, into the paint, jump hook, up and in.
Yeah, that's just one-on-one basketball.
5 for Test to Ritter to put Virginia up 35-31. 4 minutes left in the half. Tayson Chapman, Ohio State, brings the ball up court right side. Chapman guarded closely by Lewis, gives it top of the key, Royal. Royal will turn. Now dribble left to the key. Royal stops at the foul line. Royal bumps, swings it over on the right point to Thornton. Thornton to the right corner, stops, pops a 10-footer, rattles in and out. A rebound grabbed by Lewis of Virginia, who leads at 35-31. 3:47 left in the half. Lewis dribbling left to the foul line. Takes it now right to the stripe. Top of the key it comes for Grunlow. Off now to Hall. Dribbling top of the key on Chapman. Hall down the left side of the lane. Stops. Feeds it to the left point, but through wide of his teammate White, who hungers it in play. But it's stolen by Tilley, who goes to the hoop. Layup Tilley. No good. Tips his miss. No good. Rebound off now to Virginia's to Ritter. Dribbling up the right side. Cavaliers up 35-31 to Ritter. Drives to the hoop and a blocking foul called as he went right to the rim and got the layup to fall. And I believe they gave him the layup. And we're going to get a timeout now with 3:24 to play in the half. It's 35-31 Virginia leading. This is Buckeye basketball from Learfield.
Ready? It doesn't matter if you're playing hard or working hard. Your workout only works out if you recover right. Chocolate milk helps you recover for what comes next. It's delicious and contains the right mix of protein and carbs to help refuel exhausted muscles. From biking to bench presses, Milk's protein helps you build lean muscle and gain more from your workouts.
Ready? Recover. Repeat. Brought to you by the American Dairy Association Mideast, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
From the first whistle to the final play, being a Buckeye fan calls for commitment and support. Nature Made vitamins are your winning play. From the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand, Nature Made is made to care for fans on game day and every day. So you can go all in on big wins, tough losses, and still show up for your team every time. Nature Made, proud vitamin and supplement sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
The Fan. Ohio sports destination. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Buckeye fans, power up and carbon down with AEP Energy and Eco Advantage, their 100% renewable energy plan for your home or business. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. No basket for DeRitter, so it's 35-31. Virginia leading Ohio State. 3:24 left in the half. Stay tuned for the AEP Energy halftime show. Skip Mossick will check scores from other games and run on your first half stats, all coming up at the half.
Well, going into this game, rebounding was going to be a concern, and so far it is. Virginia has the overall lead in that category, 15-7. And then they have a total of 3 offensive rebounds. So if you're Ohio State, you just got to continue to do a better job in that category. And then also Virginia starting to warm up, 57% from the field now. Buckeyes had them at one point under 40, but you can see that Virginia's starting to get into their rhythm offensively.
And Ohio State shooting 47%. This was a game that Ohio State right from the get-go had an 11-point lead, where Virginia has taken over as they have a 35-31 advantage. Ohio State with that last foul that was called, now with 18 fouls.
Yep, 18 points in the paint by Virginia in this game so far.
Buckeyes out of the timeout are going to have Bruce Thornton, Tayson Chapman, Devin Royal, Amari Bynum, and Ivan Yagovin on the court as Jake Diebler has had to go deeper in his bench than normal with the absence of John Mobley with a hand injury.
And you're looking at the minutes, and you got to watch him. Bruce Thornton has 14 and a half so far, and what I believe happened in the game against Michigan, I thought Michigan wore Ohio State down, and we all know the depth that Michigan has. And then you look at the defense of Virginia, they are picking up Ohio State full court, and they're forcing their guards to bring the ball up under pressure, and those are the types of little things that can impact those legs once you get later in the second half, Paul.
Tess DeRitter leads the Virginia contingent onto the court run, along with Malik Thomas, Dallin Hall, Fred Lewis, and Oguna Onienso. And it'll be DeRitter going to the line. For today, he is 1 for 1. 9 points, 9 rebounds in their Tuesday win at Florida State.
How about having a 23-year-old freshman on this team?
6'9" young man from Belgium. Tess DeRitter. An opportunity to try and increase a 35-31 lead for Virginia. So DeRitter standing up there with a 1-on-1 in effect. His first, or 2, excuse me, he misses the first one.
Way short.
Yes, he was driving to the basket. So DeRitter, a 69% free thrower, will take his second toss, and that one's good for his 6th point today. So it's 36-31 Virginia. 3:23 left in the half. Devin Rowe gets the inbound for Ohio State, working on Lewis. Royal brings it up the right side, across the timeline. Royal bump, no whistle, brings it between the circles. Lewis sticks with him. Royal top of the key, dribbling. Eyes the right, eyes the left, looks to give it up. Bounces now on the left point for Bruce Thornton. Shot clock at 13 for Thornton, who dribbles to the left corner. Thornton in the lane, gets it on the right wing. Chapman, top of the key, Royal. Royal spins to the foul line. 7 on the shot clock. In the lane, middle of the paint, jumper up, no good. Royal. Yagovin tips it out, where Bynum will track it down to the backcourt for Ohio State. Buckeyes trailing 36-31. Chapman cross the line right side. Chapman to the right point, shoots a 3 off the bounce. Banks off target. Offensive rebound, Yagovin misses a follow. Rebound, Royal puts it in.
Man, that's the first score in almost 5 minutes for Ohio State, Paul.
And the 4th point, 3rd and 4th point for Devin Royal. 36-33 Virginia. 2.5 to play. Yagovin's offensive rebound kept it alive. Hall center circle, Cavaliers throws right point to Ritter. Ritter with a screen, uses it to dribble right to the key, drives it down to the right block to Ritter on Yagovin. Ritter pulls up, shoots, banker, no good. Rebound tipped out by Yagovin, but Onienso saves it for the Cavaliers. Top of the key, Lewis with the ball, Virginia. Dribbles it out to the right point. Lewis steps back, fakes a three, goes right corner to Ritter. 12 on the shot clock. He'll launch a three that's missed, and the rebound snared by Royal Ohio State. 36-33, Buckeyes trailing. Feed Bynum up court, dunks left to the rim. Quick feed got Amari Bynum loose. He's got 10.
Got behind their defense, Paul.
And Ohio State down a point around 36-35. Didn't see who made the pass, but it was a good one.
I think it was Devin Roll.
It's under 2 to play in the half. Lewis, top of the key, Virginia. Lewis working on Chapman. Dribbles once, headed the key to Onienso. He'll shoot a deep three that's way off target. Rebound Yagovin, Ohio State. Minute 45 left in the half. Buckeyes trail by 1. Royal dribbling down the left side of the lane. Jump stop. Shoots in the paint. Misses. Rebound Onienso for Virginia, who leads at 36-35. 1.5 to play here in the half in Nashville. Dallin Hall slows it at center circle for Virginia, where he's covered by Bruce Thornton. Feeds it now. Thomas back to Hall, top side. Dribbles out to the right point. Hall will dribble right to the key still. Now move down the right side lane through a right corner where DeRitter launches a three. Misses. Rebounds is missed down on the right block. In the lane. Passes left corner for Hall. Top of the key now Lewis, who dribbles left to the lane. Lewis stops. Shoots over Yagovin. Misses. Onienso offensive rebound. Misses. Rebound fought for. Slapped out of bounds by Ohio State. Say the officials. Cavaliers will keep it up front.
Amari Bynum is motioning to the bench to challenge it, but I'm not sure about that one.
I would agree with you, Ron.
That was all for Bruce Thornton, I think.
Tilley comes in replacing Yagovin. Cups replacing Chapman for Ohio State. Virginia gets Thomas back in replacing Lewis. 36-35, Cavaliers the lead in the ball. They get a new 20 on the shot clock with 1:09 left in the half. Hall from right of the backboard, inbounded for Virginia with Thornton right in front of him. Hall looking, people going into their motions, gets it White deep in the right corner, and he stepped out of bounds, catching the pass.
Ran out of real estate, and I'm watching Tayson Chapman over there. He's gassed. He needed a break, Paul.
Well, he's not used to playing this much.
No, and at this level, I mean, this is a really physical game right here.
36-35, Virginia the lead, Ohio State the ball. With 1:08 to play in the half, Cavaliers full court pressure. Devin Royal will inbound it to Bruce Thornton, who catches under the Virginia basket. Thornton picked up by Hall, dribbles him up the right side. Thornton across the timeline. Hall sticks with him. Center circle to Gabe Cups, who's checked by White. Cups jab stepping, dribbling top of the key. Gabe Cups backs away to center circle. Cups will now glide and bounce at left point for Thornton in the lane. Fake, shoots below the foul line. Up and in, Bruce Thornton.
Yeah, off balance, but still able to get it up and in.
10 for Thornton to put Ohio State up by 1, 37-36. 41 seconds left in the half.
5-0 run here by Ohio State.
Malik Thomas dribbles left point, throws top of the key. Onienso gives it White right of the circle where he's guarded by Cups. White dribbles right point. Now stops, throws in the lane. Onienso to the hoop, layup missed. Foul called on Tilley. And on Christoph Tilley, that'll be his second.
That's good offense there. And the ball just going from one person, one player to the other. Onienso, pretty solid hands there, Paul, catching that thing while moving. What a luxury to have someone like that off your bench, Paul. 7 foot and a solid shot blocker.
So the 7-foot senior out of Nigeria will go to the line, and he'll have a couple of free throws coming. Oguna Onienso. First toss is up and no good. I bet he's glad to be out of Kansas State. They lost today again after they lost to Cincinnati earlier this week. Their coach, Jerome Tang, said those players didn't deserve to wear their uniforms.
Oh, my. What a statement there.
Yes.
There are some coaches that would not allow their team to practice in their uniforms.
There was one of them that used to be the coach at Ohio State. He's now at Butler. Remember that?
Oh, yeah. One used to coach at Indiana, too.
Oh, yes. Onienso's second free throw, and that one is good for his 6th point to tie the game at 37. 31 seconds left in the half. Ohio State has Royal inbounding to Thornton under the Virginia basket. 37 all the score. Thornton up the middle of the floor. Hall draped over him like a Luggen fog overcoat. Dribbling at center circle is Bruce Thornton. Shot clock at 18. Thornton now right of the half-court logo. Thornton with Hall giving him some space now. 13 on the shot clock and a tie game at 37. Thornton high on the right with the ball. 10 on the shot clock. Thornton now between the circles. Picked up by Lewis in the switch. Thornton to the right point behind the screen. Thornton to the foul line. Drives left of the lane. Stops, turns. Throws to Bynum. Head of the key. Fakes, dribbles, shoots off the bounce. A three-pointer blocked by DeRitter. Shot clock violation. Will give Virginia the ball. No, it won't. The half is over. So Virginia's DeRitter blocks a shot at the half. And after one half of play here in Nashville, well, wait a minute. There might be a second left as the officials are going to the scorers table. Thanks, Skip and Ron, for pointing that out. And The score tied at 37.
You sure,
they're going to be
Skipper?
1.3. And Ohio State's going to take a timeout here. But Bynum had that three-pointer shot blocked, three-point attempt blocked by Tess DeRitter at the head of the key. So Virginia will have the ball.
Yeah, what Amari Bynum did, great job pump fake getting Tess DeRitter off his feet, but he didn't create an additional separation as a result. Tess DeRitter, despite getting out of defensive position, was able to recover and block the shot. They got 1.3 up there. That's a little bit more than I would believe.
And I'm curious where they're going to let them inbound the ball. If it would be on the back baseline or if it would be on the back hash. 37-all is the score. Ohio State and Virginia. This was a game that Ohio State early in the game had an 11-point lead, but let that one slip away. And it's been kind of back and forth now. So both teams with the Ohio State timeout called are huddled up around their coaches. The Buckeyes are around Jake Diebler. The Cavaliers are on Ryan Odom.
Man,
now they've changed it around 0.4 of a second.
That's more like it, Paul.
And that's not, you can't catch and shoot at that point. That's got to be a controlled tip. And if you're Ohio State, the last thing in the world you want to do is commit a foul. It'll be Bynum, Thornton, Johnson, Royal, and Cups for Ohio State. For Virginia, Lewis, White, Hall, Tellis, and DeRitter. And it'll be Devin Tellis inbounding on the back baseline with 0.4 of a second to play.
Do not want any fouls here, Paul Keels.
No. Amari Bynum will be jumping up and down in front of the inbounder. Tellis handed the ball. He'll throw a baseball pass all the way into the full court where DeRitter catches and the horn sounds. He threw it up at the basket, missed it, but it wouldn't have counted. And the half will end with Ohio State and Virginia tied at 37 here in Nashville. This is Buckeye basketball from Learfield.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
Forever starts with the perfect diamond. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Cellar, and for over 78 years, our family has helped generations of couples celebrate love with brilliance, quality, and unbeatable prices. At Diamond Cellar, bigger diamonds and better prices are our promise to you. Whether you're popping the question or upgrading your sparkle, trust the experts. Because diamonds, they're our forte. Visit us at Diamond Cellar on Salmo Road or at Easton Town Center and learn more at diamondcellar.com.
Paul Keels here, voice of the Ohio State Buckeyes. You have to check out the brand new AAA Buckeyes MVP membership. Get all the benefits of AAA, such as 24/7 roadside assistance, plus chances to win tickets to Buckeye sporting events, access to exclusive MVP experiences, along with 10% off gear at the Ohio State team shop. Already a AAA member? Add the Buckeye MVP membership upgrade for free. Head to AAA.com/Buckeyes to join the squad and put your fandom in drive.
Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Right now, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever, your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Welcome to our AEP Energy halftime show from Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee. Ohio State and Virginia, dead even run at 37 each.
Yeah, both teams playing pretty hard basketball, Paul, and evenly matched throughout, not just in the score, but also in other areas. Buckeyes 45% from the field, Virginia 44. Ohio State's 4 of 10 for long range, while Virginia 3 of 9. A little better job from the free throw line. Ohio State's 5 of 6, although Virginia's gotten there 7 more times. They're 10 and 13.
And you knew the rebounding would be an issue. It is a 21-12 advantage for the Cavaliers.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job there. And I will say, when you look at they're leading overall 21-12, 7 offensive rebounds for Virginia, while Ohio State's been able to get 4 themselves. They're spreading the scoring around. When you look at Ohio State, Amari Bynum had a really good first half with 10 points. Bruce Thornton, 10. When you look at Devin Roll with 4, Tayson Chapman 4, and Christoph Tilley with 7.
Virginia's leading scorer, Chance Mallory, was 7, 6 each for Tess DeRitter. and Oguna Onienso. Again, our score here at the half, 37-37, Ohio State and Virginia. Skip Mossick with a scoreboard update. Coming up next as our AEP Energy halftime report continues on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Listen up, Buckeye Nation. Watch parties, busy mornings, even meal prep. Ohio Eggs fit every game plan. Packed with healthy protein, easy to prepare, and always a crowd pleaser. Ohio Eggs are the MVP of your plate. When you add a dozen eggs to your cart, you're not just buying breakfast. You're getting 1.5 pounds of protein-rich food for nutritious meals, quick snacks, and game day favorites. All in one carton. Thanks to Ohio farmers, more than 11 billion nutritious eggs are produced in the Buckeye State every year. Your playbook for delicious meals starts at ohioeggs.com.
Hear ye, hear ye! You just get more when you bundle and save at Bob's Discount Furniture. Like when you bundle my Bryn's sofa and love seat and save $179. Or save $200 when you bundle my Treasure mattress and adjustable base. You can even get a whole home's worth of furniture. A sofa, a love seat, dining set, bedroom set, and mattress for under $3,000. And there they go. Oh, my Bob! Bob's Discount Furniture, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
When it comes to your cancer diagnosis, the choice for your care is clear.
And when you choose the James at Ohio State,
you're opting for care from a highly specialized team dedicated to treating one type of cancer, yours.
A team that studies the unique makeup of your disease to develop a personalized treatment plan.
You're choosing our region's only comprehensive cancer center designated by the National Cancer Institute.
For your cancer care, the choice is clear. The James at Ohio State.
You can stream the game on your phone while you're gardening. You can stream it while you walk the dog. You can stream it at a trampoline park. You can even stream it at a monster truck rally. But the second you get behind the wheel, the game's over. Remember, Ohio, phones down. It's the law.
Your home for Ohio State Athletics, The Fan.
Again, halftime here in Nashville. Ohio State and Virginia knotted at 37 apiece. Our AEP Energy halftime report continues. Skip Mossick with a check of your halftime scoreboard. We will start you. Busy day in college basketball. Earlier in the Big Ten, Michigan big over UCLA, 86-56. 7th-ranked Nebraska bounces back with a victory at home over Northwestern today, 68-49. Oregon a winner at home over Penn State, 83-72. Purdue wins big at Iowa, 78-57. Coming up shortly, Minnesota will be at Washington. Basketball around the state this afternoon. A couple of finals. Kent State wins at Ball State, 78-68. Xavier a winner at home over Marquette, 96-88. And Bowling Green takes care of Toledo by 10, 80-70. Finals in the top 25. 4th-ranked Duke over number 20 Clemson, 67-54. It was number 5 Iowa State defeating number 9 Kansas, 74-56. St. John's a winner at Providence, 79-69. Vanderbilt a home win over Texas A&M, 82-69. Number 11, North Carolina, a winner at home over Pitt, 92-83. Number 14, Florida takes care of 25th-ranked Kentucky, 92-83. Houston, a winner this evening at home over Kansas State, 78-64. In overtime, BYU defeats Colorado, 90-86. Louisville wins at Baylor, 82-71. This just went final. Top-ranked Arizona falls at home in overtime. Texas Tech gets the victory, 78-75. Halftime, number 6 UConn leads Georgetown, 41-33. 12 minutes to go first half. Arkansas up at home over Auburn, 16-9. NBA off for the All-Star weekend. NHL off for the Olympic break. Golf third round at Pebble Beach. Akshay Bhatia -19. Bhatia is your leader by 2. Our halftime report this evening brought to you by AEP Energy. Buckeye fans, say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings with a fixed price plan with AEP Energy. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Again, the score here at the half, Ohio State and Virginia tied at 37. Paul and Ron back to preview the second half next. This is Buckeye basketball from Learfield.
American Electric Power is a proud sponsor of Buckeyes Care.
Hi, I'm Janelle Coleman with American Electric Power. At AEP, we're proud to support our communities, powering progress and creating opportunities every day. Our partnership with Buckeyes Care reflects a shared commitment to uplifting Central Ohio through service, connection, and care. Together, we are building a brighter future for everyone we serve.
Midwest Cards is pumped to present the Ohio State Trading Card Night with Buckeye legend Evan Turner before the Ohio State versus Wisconsin game on Tuesday, February 17th. We will have games, card giveaways, and you can meet Evan Turner in person. Plus, snag a limited edition Evan Turner card with your ticket. There will be a few special guests from Ohio State football. It all kicks off at 5:30, then stick around to cheer on the Buckeyes. Visit go.osu.edu/Trading Card Night 26 for more details.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Halftime here at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, Tennessee. Ohio State and Virginia are tied at 37. Kroger Pickup, the easy way to get what you want right when you need it. Try Kroger Pickup today on the Kroger app or at Kroger.com.
Well, three things. Rebounding. We're down 21-12 in that category. Like to see us match that a little bit better in the second half. Number two, like to see Devin Roll get going. 2 of 8 from the field, 0 of 2 from long range, and has a total of 4 points. So like to see more productivity there. And last but not least, our bench production. I know that's asking a lot now that Taysom Chapman's in the starting lineup, but the advantage is just too far of a distance here. 21 bench points for Virginia, just 2 for Ohio State.
Again, the Buckeyes and the Cavaliers are tied at 37. Start of the second half here in Nashville. Coming up next, this is Buckeye basketball from Learfield.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
From the first whistle to the final play, being a Buckeye fan calls for commitment and support. Nature Made vitamins are your winning play. From the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand, Nature Made is made to care for fans on game day and every day. So you can go all in on big wins, tough losses, and still show up for your team every time. Nature Made, proud vitamin and supplement sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Our broadcast position is sponsored by Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. Second half will be starting shortly here in Nashville. Ohio State and Virginia tied at 37. Maybe one of the most humorous stories we've come across. Coming into the arena tonight, we had a chance to meet Jimmy Miller, who's the analyst on the Virginia Radio Network. He played at Virginia, but he told the story, Ron, about how when he was a high schooler in West Virginia, he was recruited by Ohio State, and his host Buckeye player helped him hone his skills in his hobby of magic.
Yeah, think about that. One of my old teammates there, Mitch Haas. And Mitch Haas was a guy that I was a freshman. I believe he was a junior when I came on. And one of the things that marveled us, all of us, especially as freshmen, Mitch Haas' ability to do magic tricks with cards. And it was just something that was very fascinating. Kind of took me away from my, I don't like to fly anyway, but kind of eased my comfort there a little bit.
Well, and Jimmy Miller, who has become a side magician, and he even informed us he's performed for a couple of presidents during his time, but he said he learned a trick from Mitch Haas all those years ago, more than 40 years ago, that he still uses in his magic acts.
Pretty impressive. I mean, it's a small world that we live in. We find that out every single day.
It certainly is. And Ohio State with another half to try and get what would be a big resume-building victory, as they are tied here at the half with number 15, Virginia. And again, this is a different version of the Buckeyes that we've seen all year, with John Mobley out due to an injury. Tayson Chapman hit his first couple of baskets, looked really good doing it, but you mentioned before the half ended, Ron, you could tell he was gassed from all these minutes that he's not accustomed to playing.
Yeah, and as I said earlier, Paul, I'm a little concerned about that, because the full court pressure of Virginia against Ohio State, you don't necessarily see it in the first half, but it takes its toll in the second half. But Ohio State, give them a lot of credit. I mentioned about the pickups that I won in the rebounding, Devin Royal, and also the bench. But they've done a really good job taking care of the basketball. Only 2 turnovers in this first half, despite the full court pressure of Virginia. So hopefully they can sustain that. Another very big-time positive is 9, when you look at Ohio State, 9 points off turnovers, and Virginia has 0 off the Buckeyes turnovers. So,
and how much is Christoph Tilley dribbling up court, a 7-footer, help that when it comes to dealing with that pressure?
It's called relieving the pressure, because more times than not, the opposing center cannot pick up somebody full court. So because you have the luxury of putting the ball in the hands of a capable ball handler who's 7 foot and Christoph Tilley, it definitely helps the backcourt players and Bruce Thornton and Tayson Chapman.
Well, it'll be a quick turnaround for Ohio State. They'll get back in the early morning Sunday hours after this trip, coming back to Columbus tonight, and then host Wisconsin on Tuesday. We talked about it earlier. That's a Wisconsin team that's playing really good basketball. They've beaten 2 top 10 teams in the last 4 days.
That backcourt's something else. I mean, I know we rave about Bruce Thornton and John Mobley Jr., but, Ben, when you look at what they have, boy, it is dynamic.
I think there'll be some attention paid to Austin Rapp coming off the bench,
yeah,
too, don't you think?
You bet. But Nick Boyd and John Blackwell, combined for, 53 points in that win that they had against Michigan State. So, yeah, you're right, Paul. They're playing some of the best basketball in the Big Ten.
And Nolan Winters a walking double-double.
Yeah, solid. I mean, that's a 3-headed monster there when you're talking about those 3 guys playing the way they're playing.
For Virginia to start the second half, Johan Grunlow, Testa Ritter, Malik Thomas, Dallin Hall, and Fred Lewis. Sam Lewis, Fred Lewis. For Ohio State, Tayson Chapman, Devin Royal, Christoph Tilley, Amari Bynum, and Bruce Thornton. Bynum with 10, Thornton with 10 to lead Ohio State. Mallory with 7 off the bench to lead the way for Virginia. Ball will belong to Ohio State to start the second half here at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville, where Ohio State in 2000 played in the NCAA tournament, beat Appalachian State, and lost to the Miami Hurricanes. Buckeyes with the ball. Chapman brings it up to the right point. Top of the key pass to Devin Royal, who's guarded by Brunlow. Off it'll come now left point to Thornton. Head of the key to Royal. Drives the right lane line, goes to the hoop, running layup, bounced up, missed. Rebound Thomas for Virginia. The tie game at 37. Thomas pushing it up the right side. Now slows on the right point. Malik Thomas, top of the key. Grunlow. Back to go to Thomas, top of the key. Throws left point, Lewis. Returns to Thomas, top side. Dribbles to the right point. Gets it back on the left point, Lewis. He'll dribble now, top of the key, Lewis. Bounce it right at the key for Thomas. 13 on the shot clock for Malik Thomas. Takes it to center circle. Brings it back to the right point. Now dribbles top of the key, Thomas. Down the right lane on Tilley. Running shot blocked by Tilley, who then slams it. Tried to slam it out of bounds, but Thornton saves the loose ball for Ohio State. Game tied at 37. Thornton gallops up the right side. Thornton bounces under the basket by him, but it's knocked out of bounds by Lewis under the lid.
The superlatives to that play and effort by Christoph Tilley. 1, to get the block. 2, to have the awareness to catch it and then throw it off of the offensive player. Pretty good job there.
And Thornton, who collected that ball, will inbound it from left to the backboard for Ohio State. 23 on the shot clock and a tie game at 37. Thornton looking to inbound. He'll lob it left to the foul line to Christoph Tilley, who dribbles the top of the key on Grunlow. Tilley will now stop head of the circle, look, and drop it off head of the key to Thornton. Dribbles foul line Thornton. Thornton below the foul line, throws right corner Royal, who fakes the 3. Royal will drive now right of the lane, stop, shoot it in the paint. Royal up, it giggles in and out. Grunlow rebounds for Virginia. Game still locked at 37. Pushing it up court is Thomas on the left point. Thomas head of the key, run into and fouled by Chapman, his second.
Yep. His evolution as a player that's going to play minutes now, he's got to be able to move and defend without using his hands, because that can lead to a number of fouls and find himself on the bench over there.
Well, defense was what kept him off the floor for a lot of the year, and his gradual improvement has helped him get on the floor.
Absolutely.
37 all the score, 24 in Virginia's shot clock as Lewis will inbound in the left corner, Dallin Hall. He's picked up by Thornton, leaves it left wing. Grunlow back to Hall, who shoots a three on the left point. No good. Hall. Thornton rebounds the miss for Ohio State. Thornton pushing it up the right side to the foul line. Down a lane to the hoop. Thornton. Layup good. Foul called. Basket counts. Bruce Thornton.
That's just high-level basketball right there, Paul. I mean, he going coast to coast, had 3 defenders surrounding him and able to maneuver and get it off the glass and in while getting a bunch of contact.
Breaks the tie to put Ohio State up 39-37. Malik Thomas the foul, his first. So Thornton will go to the line and a chance to shoot for an old-fashioned three-point play. 7th leading scorer in the Big Ten, averaging 19.3. Bruce Thornton coming off a 21.8 assist game Wednesday against USC. Bruce Thornton takes aim at the line and misses a shot. Rebound to Ritter for Virginia. So it's 39-37 Ohio State. Lewis quickly up the right side. Cavaliers into the lane for the right. Stops middle of the paint. Bounces top of the key to Ritter. He'll drive down the right lane line. Go up to shoot. Raked out of his hand and out of bounds by Royal. But it's an out of bounds play giving Virginia the ball with 19 of the shot clock. Royal fortunate not to be called for a foul.
I agree. They're going to
see who the ball was out of bounds of.
Yes.
Apparently.
They are going to contest that.
Who would they being Ohio State?
Yes. Devin Royal motioned to the bench, and they said, okay.
18:26 on the second half clock. It's 39-37. Ohio State leading Virginia. So Jake Diebler, at the urging of Devin Royal, is challenging the out-of-bounds call, which was giving Virginia the ball.
And we've heard Coach Diebler say that depending upon how animated the player is, that will impact his decision.
And we'll take a full timeout. 18:26 left in the game. 39-37, Ohio State ahead of Virginia. This is Buckeye basketball from Learfield.
Around here, it's all-wheel drive all year round. And Toyota has more all-wheel drive choices than anyone. Like the family-size Highlander and the bigger, more powerful Grand Highlander. Now through March 2nd, get 4.99 APR financing on any new 26 Highlander or Grand Highlander, including hybrid models, with approved credit through TFS. Plus, every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, 2 years no-cost maintenance. For complete details, go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Life is more fun with a pal. So is pizza. So check out Donato's $5 Pizza Pals menu. Order any large pizza and add on your choice of a sub, salad, wings, a 10-inch pizza, and more for just $5 each. Order your favorite $5 Pizza Pals from Donatos.com today. More toppings, more flavor, more fun. Donatos. Gotta love more.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, getting ahead in this world is not as complicated as it might seem. Having the early guidance and counsel of your community banker, one who knows you and your family's story, can make a great deal of difference. Relationships matter. Bank on community banking. I'm Scott McComb, coming over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Your Ohio State flagship station, The Fan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Stay safe this season and make a plan for a safe ride home. If you drive drunk, you will be caught and you will be arrested. Drive sober or get pulled over. Funded by the Ohio Traffic Safety Office and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. The challenge is successful. Ohio State will get the ball out of bounds, leading Virginia 39-37 with 18:26 to play second half.
Just got word that Ohio State is 7 for 7 in their challenges.
Really?
Yes.
Hot diggity. I knew they'd done well, but I would never have guessed that. Thank you. Backcourt pressure by Virginia. Devin Royal to inbound for Ohio State. Royal will send it to Thornton, right side of the backcourt. 39-37, Buckeyes leading 15th-ranked Virginia. Thornton creeps to center circle. Dallin Hall will pick him up man-to-man. It's been man-to-man both teams all night. Thornton dribbling top of the key. Picks up his dribble, throws right point Christoph Tilley, where he's guarded by Grunlow. Tilley will dribble to top of the key. Shot clock at 13 for Tilley. Brings it now to Royal at the foul line. Royal lobs for Tilley, catching down on the left block. 8 on the shot clock. Tilley working into the lane from the left. Turns, shoots a fadeaway left corner. Tilley, no good. Rebound grab by Thomas, Virginia. 39-37, Ohio State leading. Thomas to the foul line. Down the lane, poked away from behind by Chapman into the hands of Thornton for Ohio State. So Thornton will bring it up the left side thanks to the turnover. Thornton on the left point, weaves into the lane, shoots middle of the paint, up and in, Bruce Thornton.
And wicked crossover that time, left to right, and solid pull up in the middle of the lane.
And not an easy shot to make.
No, not at all.
14 for Thornton, 41-37 Ohio State. And they score thanks to the turnover. 17.5 left in the game. Down in the hall, big guard dribbling at center circle, bounces left point to Ritter. Feeds it now, Grunlow right wing it goes where Lewis shoots a 3, misses, but he is fouled by Devin Royal.
Yeah, that's just not a good play there by Devin Royal. Out of position, don't reach and give the official the opportunity to even make that call.
Because he got away with one earlier. So Sam Lewis will go to the line, a young man who played at Toledo last year, where he was second team All-MAC, averaging 16.2 a game.
He's going to get 3 free throws here.
He sure is. Well, Ivan Yagovin was going to come in, but they're not allowing it yet because of the free throws. So Lewis, a 6'7 junior out of Chicago, had 2 points in the first half. Played for the Rockets of Todd Kowalczyk. Free throw missed.
He's had some big games this year, 23 at North Carolina State and 21 at Notre Dame. So he's a guy that can put some points on the board.
And, you know, when he was at Toledo, he was number 1 in the MAC at three-point shooting at 44%. Second free throw good for his third point.
Made the decision to transfer to a major D1.
Yagovin in, Tilley out, Jakari White and Chance Mallory in for Virginia as Thomas and DeRitter go out. 41-38 Ohio State's lead, and Sam Lewis will have another free throw. Young man out of Chicago nails the third one for his 4th point. So it's 41-39 Ohio State leading, and again Virginia pressing. Royal to inbound, 17:24 left in the game. Royal sends it Chapman, right corner of the backcourt. Tayson Chapman, guarded by Jakari White. Chapman comes up court, gets a screen, and comes across the line right side. Chapman to the foul line. Chapman shoots it right to the stripe. No good, Chapman. Rebound grab by Lewis of Virginia. 41-39 Ohio State. 17 minutes to play in the game. Lewis to the foul line. He shoves Chapman to the ground. Now shoots a straight on 3. Head of the key and drains it.
That's one way to get open.
He shoved the defender. 7 for Sam Lewis. And it puts Virginia up front 42-41. Royal up the right side for Ohio State. Dribbling on the right wing, spins on the right block. Turnaround jumper, banked up, no good. Rebound comes off Mallory for Virginia, who leads at 42-41. Weaves his way to the foul line. Down the right side of the lane, Chance Mallory. Right corner, Lewis bobbles, saves it in the right corner. Those at top of the key, Grunlow off now on the right point, Mallory. Mallory will dribble to the foul line. Mallory stops below the stripe, turns, looks to give it up, bounces Grunlow, middle of the lane. Jump hook up, and no good. Rattles in and out. Rebound, Bynum. As Grunlow missed the bunny right at the rim. Bynum up the left side for Ohio State, who trails by 1. Lives at left wing, Devin Royal. Top of the key to Thornton, 42-41 Virginia. 16:20 to play in the game. Thornton top of the circle, dribbles foul line, knocked out of his hand from behind by Mallory, who's whistled for his 3rd foul.
Chance Mallory saying, I didn't touch him.
Doesn't matter.
Believe me?
Doesn't
matter.
Doesn't matter. Yes, it doesn't matter whether we believe him or not. That is team foul number 2.5 on the Cavaliers. Gabe Cup's in. Tayson Chapman out for the Buckeyes.
And if you're Tayson Chapman, you're not coming out because you did something wrong. He's coming out because he's tired.
No question. Thornton inbound on the left sideline for Ohio State, who trails 42-41. Inbounds Yagovin, left of the circles. Ivan Yagovin guarded by Onienso, who's checked in, leaves the Thornton left of the key. Thornton fakes the 3, dribbles to the foul line, gets below the stripe, now takes it to the right side of the lane, shoots, bounces and falls finally. Started to come out. 16 for Bruce Thornton, putting Ohio State up 43-42, 4 minutes into the second half. Mallory brings it to the left point for Virginia. Picked his pocket, Bynum did, and takes it away. Dribbles into the lane, Bynum to the hoop, low on the left, lays it in, Amari Bynum. Stealing a score for the freshman Bynum, 45-42 Ohio State. 15:45 left in the game. White dribbles to the right point for Virginia, takes it all the way to the right block, throws in the left corner where it's batted out of bounds by Bynum. So the Cavaliers will reset and will get a timeout. 15:39 left in the game here in Nashville, or as the locals call it, Smashville. 45-42. Ohio State ahead of Virginia. This is Buckeye basketball from Learfield.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You stick to your coast at all costs. You never let traffic stop your drive. You aren't just a dreamer, you're a doer. You power through all of life's hills and valleys without hesitation. You're not looking to be discovered. You've already found your place. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Hey, Ohio State fans, are you looking to score big with your home equity? Union Home Mortgage will help you unlock the value of your home and fund the promises you've made to yourself and your family. If you need to pay off debt, have home improvements, or whatever your family needs are, visit UHM.com and score financial freedom with Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Union Home Mortgage Corp. is an equal housing opportunity lender and MLS number 2229.
Hey college hoops fans, it's sideline reporter Molly McGrath teaming up with Evan Williams Bourbon to welcome you to Bourbon Nation, the home of game day spirit. From the couch to courtside, Evan Williams is with you for every tip-off and buzzer beater. Because we might be divided by the score, but we're united by the pour. Find a bottle near you at evanwilliams.com and make this extra-aged Kentucky bourbon a part of your game day tradition. Go Buckeyes! Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 43% alcohol by volume, must be 21 plus, enjoy responsibly.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
Buckeye fans, if you're listening to this right now, it's time for a reward, and you can reward your full-time fandom with an ice-cold Modelo. Remember, Modelo, and we saw some of those last night, brewed for full-time Buckeye fans. 15:39 to play second half here in Nashville. 45-42, Ohio State leading Virginia.
Heard some boos. They
you know why somebody wearing a Michigan shirt was shown on the scoreboard.
Absolutely. You know what, Paul, I'm a little hungry. Skip got some of that sandwich left.
Oh, that 2-foot-long piece of joy. The Music City Special.
Yeah, my goodness.
Oh,
man.
That's like going to the electric chair.
You know, Bruce Thornton has been solid, Paul. I mean, 7 for 10 from the field. And look what he did in the first half. He was 4 for 7, so that means he is perfect here in the second half. 3 for 3, playing some really good basketball. 16 points. The only thing he hadn't done, he has not registered an assist yet. But despite that, he's definitely carrying the load offensively.
And we've seen a couple of big hustle plays by Amari Bynum here as of late, too.
Oh, my. Yeah, I mean, on both ends, Paul. He's the steal, the score, the deflection down here. You know, that's causing disruption in the opposition's offense, so you got to love that.
Certainly is. Ohio State trying to get a signature victory to polish their resume in hopes of getting the NCAA tournament. This would be a big win to knock off the number 15 team in the country.
Yeah, when I look at Devin Royal's stat line, Paul, he's 2 of 11, but he's had some great looks at the basket here in the second half. To start the first half, the second half, he went to the rim, off the glass, and almost goes in and out. Wide open shots on the perimeter. He's getting to his spots. He's just got to figure out a way to get that ball in the basket. And here's the other thing. If you're struggling from the field a little bit, get to the line. He has yet to get to the line here so far.
Devin Tillis, Sam Lewis, Oguna Onienso, Jakari White, and Dallin Hall, the 5 on the court for Virginia. Devin Royal, Gabe Cupps, Bruce Thornton, Amari Bynum, and Ivan Yagobin for Ohio State, who leads at 45-42. Shot clock at 20 for the Buckeyes. 15:39 remaining in the game. Actually, the Cavaliers have this shot clock. As Tester Dallin Hall inbounded in the left corner of the forecourt for Virginia, with Bynum jumping up and down in front of him. Gets it left wing on Ienso. Back to Hall, left point. Hall left to the key, dribbling on Bynum. Shot clock at 15 for Dallin Hall. Walks between the circles, gives it high on the right to Sam Lewis. He'll angle it out, bounce down on the right block, Tillis. 9 on the shot clock. Tillis doubled up, goes center circle Hall. Left point White, left corner it goes Lewis. 4 on the shot clock. Lewis driving the lane, shoots low and left, misses. Late foul call. Ooh. I think they call it on Gabe Cupps.
Yeah, they're saying they're within the restricted circle, but you're still able to play defense there. I mean, you walled up. The contact was initiated by the offensive player.
No, they called it on Bruce Thornton.
Yeah, I know, but he was there defensively. Regardless if you're in the restricted circle or not, if you play good defense, you don't automatically call a foul.
I wish you were right. Lewis, free throw. Hits the first one for his 8th point.
Love to see the replay on that one.
45-43. Ohio State leading. Sam Lewis, who right now is 3 for 4 at the foul line, and he is now 4 for 5 as he hits the second one. 9 for Lewis, And it's a 1-point Ohio State lead, 45-44, 15-19 to play in the game. Gabe Cupps, third-year sophomore out of Centerville. Brings it up the left side, across the timeline. Cupps, where he's guarded by Dallin Hall. Cupps dribbling it high on the left, beats the top of the key. Ivan Yagovin back to Cupps, who slides to the right point, right of the key to Royal. Dribbles foul line, kicks it left point, Bynum. He'll dribble right of the foul line, Bynum. Now spin to the middle of the foul line. Stop, bounce in the lane. Thornton, who fakes, goes to Yagovin, who lays it up, and it's good from right of the rim. Ivan Yagovin.
That's solid basketball. Nice movement, pick and roll, nice bounce pass.
47-44 Ohio State. Yagovin with 4 points. Virginia quickly has Lewis shooting a three. Left wing, no good. Lewis. Royal rebounds Ohio State. 47-44 Buckeyes with 14:42 left in the game. Cupps hustles up the left side. Gabe Cupps picked up by White on the left point. Cupps dribbling with the left hand, top of the key to Thornton, back to Cupps between the circles. He'll slide to the left point. Cupps now drive down the left side of the lane. Cupps get into the backboard, take it to the right block. Cupps feeds in the lane. Yagovin poked him, taken away by Virginia. Onienso with a loose pumpkin. 47-44 Ohio State, 14:20 left in the game. Devin Tillis starts it high on the right sideline for the Cavaliers. Picks up his dribble, bounces top of the key. Onienso, who's checked by Yagovin. One bounce, leaves it Hall, head of the circle. Hall down the right lane on Cupps, gets shut off, brings it foul line. Bounces now where Tillis has it in the left corner. Tillis in trouble, feeds in the lane. Onienso, jump hook up, no good. Yagovin, big rebound Ohio State. 47-44 Buckeyes, 6 minutes into the second half here in Nashville. Bruce Thornton will slow it down at center circle for Ohio State. Thornton walks behind a Bynum screen. Dribbling top of the key, Thornton goes behind a screen to the right point. Down the right side of the lane, scoops it low on the right. Thornton up and in. Bruce Thornton.
An efficient Bruce Thornton. I don't think he's missed yet in the second half.
18 run for Thornton. 49-44 Ohio State with 13.5 left in the game. Dallin Hall starts at center circle, Virginia. Bounces left to the foul line, Tillis. Back to Hall, left point to Tillis, head of the key. Tillis will swing at right wing Lewis, where he's checked by Royal. Dumps it down on the right block, Onienso, who's covered by Bynum. Onienso down on the right block, doubled up. When you go in there, throws it away. Thornton takes it away. Up the left side, Thornton. Down the left side of the lane, Thornton to the hoop. Fouled while banking it up and missing it, but he'll go to the free throw line. How about that double team run?
Yeah, pretty good defense, Paul. And that's part of the action in the scouting. Ohio State's double team. And as the ball is being passed from the baseline out, Ohio State's been fantastic with their recovery and their defensive backside defense. That led to that turnover right there.
Foul is on Tillis, his first. Changes for the Buckeyes as Tilly and Johnson come in, replacing Yagovin and Bynum. Virginia is making a number of changes as DeRitter and Thomas will come in, as well as Grunlow. So Bruce Thornton will go to the line to try and increase a 49-44 Ohio State lead. Thornton tonight is 1 for 2 at the foul line, but is an 18-point game cooking. Senior from Fairburn, Georgia. Free throw. No good.
Oh, my.
Too strong off the flange.
That's 2 in a row for Bruce.
It is. So he'll stand up there and attempt to knock another one down. 7th leading scorer in the Big Ten going into the weekend, averaging 19.3. Second toss, better result, 19th point, Bruce Thornton. And Ohio State, who led this game earlier by 11, now leads 50-44 with 13:16 to play in the game. Dallin Hall, guarded by Cupps, brings it up the middle of the backcourt for Virginia. Dribbling at center circle, Hall. Cupps staying with him. Hall to the left point with the ball, takes it foul line, goes down the lane, scoops it up from low on the right, got it. 4 for Dallin Hall. 50-46 Ohio State. Under 13 to play here in the second half. Royal right sideline, Ohio State, top of the key to Tilly. Fakes the three, drives the left lane line, gets to the hoop. Reverse layup blocked by Grunlow, out of bounds. It goes off Tilly. Cavaliers will get the ball.
Yeah, Grunlow's not a bad defender as well, Paul. He's had a game where he's had 7 blocks in one game.
And 14 games this year with multiple blocks.
Yeah, pretty good defensive play. Christoph Tilly appeared to have a nice lane to the basket.
Chance Mallory will come in for Virginia and replace Devin Tillis. 50-46 Ohio State with 12:49 to play here in Nashville. Chance Mallory, 5'10 freshman from Charlottesville, Virginia, will dribble it up the middle of the backcourt. Bruce Thornton will pick him up man-to-man. Swings it now on the left point to Dallin Hall, who scored the last Cavalier basket. Hall, guarded by Cupps, left of the key. Hall now dribbling left of the foul line. Takes it down the lane. Hall stops on the right block. Hall left alone into the paint. Shot blocked by Tilly, back into Hall's hands, and he throws it away after he got it back to Thornton. Thornton brings it up the right side for Ohio State. It leads 50-46. Thornton down the right lane line himself. Fakes, goes up, shoots over 2 defenders and scores. 21 for Thornton. 52-46 Ohio State. 12:17 to play in the game. Thomas gets it Hall, left point, left corner for DeRitter, who barges into the lane from the left, and a foul called as Devin Royal had his hands all over him. His second foul.
And DeRitter trying to make his way in that lane. I think it was the appropriate call.
Team foul number 4 on Ohio State, the second on Royal.
The way Bruce Thornton is playing it reminds me of how he played against Kentucky last year.
Mallory left to the backboard, inbound for Virginia with a new 20 on the shot clock. 52-46, Ohio State leading. Inbound will go DeRitter, dribbling down on the left block, shut off, double team, picks up his dribble, throws it across Mallory, right wing. Right point it goes now for Thomas driving, throws a layup that he misses, but a foul on Gabe Cups, who tried to take a charge.
I think his feet, or I should say his heel, was on the restricted circle, and why they didn't give Ohio State the benefit of that call.
So it'll put Malik Thomas to the free throw line for Virginia. Team foul number 5 on Ohio State. That is Cups' first personal, I believe.
They don't show replays in here.
Second personal on Gabe Cups. That's all right. Listeners don't matter about that.
Well, I want to see it.
Free throw good. Thomas, his 5th point. This young man who was at the University of San Francisco. Previous to that, 2 years at USC, Malik Thomas. Now Devin Royal leaves the Ohio State lineup in favor of Tayson Chapman. 52-47 Buckeyes at the moment. Thomas will be shooting for his 6th point if he makes it, and he does. So 52-48, Ohio State leading. 12:03 to play second half here in Nashville. Full court pressure by the Cavaliers. Chapman looking to inbound. Gets it Tilley, right corner of the backcourt. Christoph Tilley will hand it off to Gabe Cups, who dribbles up the right side against 2 defenders. Across the timeline comes Cups. Working high on the right, Cups goes to the right point. Had a screen, Cups did. Dribbles, slips to the foul line, bounces now Tilley going down to the right block. Fakes, goes up to shoot low on the right, and it falls. Tilley scored it over Grunlow, giving him 9. 54-48 Ohio State. 11:38 left in tonight's game in Nashville. Mallory gets it right point. Thomas, top of the key to Ritter. Swings it left point to Hall for Virginia. Hall loops it down on the left block. We're catching it as to Ritter. Down on the left block, shoots over Johnson, misses, rebound slapped out, save Thomas, top of the key. Ball fakes, dribbles, shoots a 3 straight on top, hits it.
Pretty good pump fake, but Tayson Chapman got there defensively.
9 for Malik Thomas, 54-51 Ohio State. 11:10 to play in the game. Tilley against backcourt pressure, dribbling it up left side for Ohio State. Takes it to the left point. Tilley goes into the lane, stops left of the foul line. Tilley will bounce it out top of the circle to Bruce Thornton, who's covered by Hall. 15 on the shot clock for Thornton, and Ohio State who leads at 54-51. Thornton between the circles. Drifts out to the left side. 9 on the shot clock. Thornton top of the key. Curls around to the right point. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots a 3 right of the key. Bullseye. 24 for Bruce Thornton. 57-51 Ohio State. 10:40 to play in the game. Mallory quickly up the right side. Virginia down to the right block. Gets under the backboard. Takes it left block. Top of the key to Ritter. Throws underneath Grunlow, who dunks it right at the rim.
Man, that's just good offense. Movement. Christoph Tilley was just difficult to get to that defensive position.
4 for Johan Grunlow of Virginia. 57-53 Ohio State. 10:20 to play in the game. Gabe Cups getting a lot of minutes. Brings it center circle Ohio State. Cups now left of the center circle logo, guarded by Mallory. Cups just pounds the dribble. Mallory stays with him. Gives it up top of the key to Tilley. 15 on the shot clock. Tilley guarded by Grunlow. Bounces to Thornton in the lane. To the hoop. Thornton scoops it up and scores from low on the right. 26 for Bruce Thornton. 59-53 Ohio State. Under 10 to play. Thomas quickly right point. Top of the key Grunlow for Virginia. Hands it. No, he doesn't hand it off. Keeps it top of the key. Gives it Thomas head of the circle. Dribbles out to the left point. Thomas drives left of the lane and loses the ball. But a foul called on Tayson Chapman. His 3rd. And will get a timeout. 9:40 left in the game. 59-53. Ohio State leading Virginia. This is Buckeye basketball from Learfield.
Midwest Cards is pumped to present the Ohio State Trading Card Night with Buckeye legend Evan Turner before the Ohio State versus Wisconsin game on Tuesday, February 17th. We will have games, card giveaways, and you can meet Evan Turner in person. Plus, snag a limited edition Evan Turner card with your ticket. There will be a few special guests from Ohio State football. It all kicks off at 5:30, then stick around to cheer on the Buckeyes. Visit go.osu.edu/Trading Card Night 26 for more details.
AEP Energy wants to know if you're ready to say goodbye to higher rates and hello to savings. Get your energy costs under control by locking in a fixed rate for your electricity supply. You'll lower your bills and get price protection from rising rates. Take control and lock in a low fixed rate. Visit aepenergy.com/OSU to get started. AEP Energy, the official electricity and natural gas sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. AEP Energy is a competitive retail electrical and natural gas service provider and affiliate of Ohio Power Company, AEP Ohio. AEP Energy is not soliciting on behalf of and is not an agent of AEP Ohio.
Running around is a requirement on the court, but it shouldn't be the norm for grocery shopping. Get everything in one place at Giant Eagle, with produce delivered daily, meat and seafood expertly cut by our team, and bread and desserts baked in store. Fresh is our thing. With My Perks rewards, everyday low prices, and weekly deals, saving is simple. Shop at Giant Eagle, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. For freshness, quality, and savings in one stop, Giant Eagle, because it matters.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. You're listening to the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State Athletics.
Our broadcast position is sponsored by Union Home Mortgage, the official home lending sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Learn about their 1% down payment program at UHM.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229. 9:48 to play second half here in Nashville. Ohio State at the moment has a 59-53 lead over Virginia.
It's everything that we expected, Paul. Closely fought game. You know, you look at Virginia, ranked one of the better teams in the country defensively. Ohio State, despite all of that, having a fantastic second half, 62.5% from the field in the second half. They've only taken 1 3. But boy, is Bruce Thornton efficient, Paul. 11 of 14 overall, as I mentioned in the first half. He was 4 of 7. So he is on fire here. And he's taking high percentage shots. 1 assist in the ball game. But Ohio State has only turned it over 1 time in the second half, 3 overall. So they are very efficient with that basketball.
Bruce Thornton with a 26-point game going. He had 10 at the half. And really, a lot has been asked of him for 3+ years, and even more being asked of him due to the absence of John Mobley.
Hey, he has a chance to do something, join some rare company. Only one player in the Big Ten, 2,000 points, 500 rebounds, 500 assists. That's Taylor Battle, former Ohio State assistant coach. And Bruce Thornton has a chance to eclipse all of those 3 statistics there.
And as well as chase down the leading scorers. He's number 5 all-time, right behind. The next 2 guys he would catch were pretty good, William Buford and Jerry Lucas.
Yeah, right now Bruce is playing at a high level. Both ends of the floor, Paul. 3 steals in this ball game, but he is just finding his spots against this really good defensive team of Virginia. And this is good. Good basketball.
Bruce Thornton, Tayson Chapman, Devin Royal, Amari Bonham, Ivan Yagovin out for Ohio State. Jakari White, Malik Thomas, Johan Grunlow, Tess Ritter, and Chance Mallory, the 5 for Virginia, who will have the ball up front with 20 on the shot clock. 16 fouls, Ohio State, 3 for Virginia. 9:48 left in the game. It is 59-53, Buckeyes on top. The inbound will come from Chance Mallory, left to the backboard. Gets it now in the left corner where DeRitter has it poked away, but it's saved on the left point. And then a foul committed by Devin Royal as he went to pick up Thomas, who tracked down the loose ball. And on Royal, his 3rd foul.
Yeah, that hurts in a number of ways, right?
Bonus.
30 plus, almost 30 feet from the basket. Now they get a chance to go up there and put 2 points on the board.
It'll be Malik Thomas who goes up there, who's 2 for 2 tonight at the foul line.
Yeah. Devin Royal also fouled a 3-point shooter.
He'll be replaced by Colin White. 6'6" sophomore from Ottawa Glandorf. Colin got into the first half. He had not played in the last 2 games. But here he is now, and you said you talked to Colin White about staying ready.
Oh, yeah. And no choice.
Yes. So Malik Thomas up there to shoot the 1-and-1. First one. In and down as it started to toilet bowl out.
Yes. Tried to crawl out of there.
10 for Malik Thomas, who averages 12.2 a game and is a 71% foul shooter. 59-54, Ohio State's lead. Second free throw for Thomas. No good. Rebound Yagovin, Ohio State. 59-54 Buckeyes, 9:40 to play. Second half here in Nashville. Thornton creeping up the right side. Thomas will pick him up defensively at center circle. Thornton, middle of the floor, dribbling, switching hands, dribbling between the legs, Thornton. Now Thornton goes to the right point with the ball. Had a double team there for a moment, top of the key to Chapman. Tayson Chapman, 10 on the shot clock. Dribbles to the left wing, gets it now at the foul line. Yagovin loose, but saved by Thornton, left point, 5 on the shot clock. Thornton, left to the key. Thornton bobbles the ball. Knocked loose, saves. Thornton throws it wildly at the basket. Bank shot missed, and the rebound, White, Virginia. 59-54, Ohio State. White up the left side. Left corner, Thomas guns a three. Hits it. 13 for Malik Thomas. And it's a 59-57 Ohio State lead. And Thornton fouled on the inbound. Thomas ran into him in the left corner of the backcourt, committing his second foul as Virginia was aggressively pressing.
Yeah, just a fourth team foul for Virginia.
But a big basket by Malik Thomas after the Ohio State turnover.
Yeah, a number of times they've been able to get Ohio State in transition.
59-57 Buckeyes with 8:59 to play in the game. And Virginia will now get a chance to set up their full court pressure. Colin White to inbound for Ohio State on the back baseline. Inline's Tayson Chapman. Dribbles it up the right side. Chapman slows across the timeline on the right side. 59-57 Ohio State lead. Chapman working high on the right with Mallory Garnigan. Chapman dribbling high on the right with the left hand. Shot clock at 17 for Tayson Chapman. Throws it now top of the circle to Bruce Thornton. Thornton against Thomas. Wedges two defenders. Throws now Bynum on the right wing. Fakes, dribbles. Spins on the right block. Throws it top of the key. Chapman went by him and into the backcourt. It'll be an over and back violation. Turnover by the Buckeyes.
Yeah, just Amari Bynum got sped up. Made a poor decision. And Paul, that was Bruce Thornton's first miss of the second half. And he threw that up there because the shot clock was winding down. That just shows you how efficient he has been here.
59-57 Ohio State leading. Virginia with the ball. 8.5 to play in what's been an outstanding game here in Nashville. To Ritter, top of the key to Thomas on the left point, guarded by Colin White. Bounces to Ritter down on the left block. To Ritter against Bynum. Working low on the left. To Ritter. Gives it up now. Thomas, left point, 5 on the shot clock. Thomas against White, left to the key. Thomas drives it into lane. Pulls up, falls down while shooting and misses the jumper. Rebound is grabbed underneath by Thornton of Ohio State. 8:12 left in the game. The Buckeyes lead by a couple, 59-57.
Yeah, pretty good defense by Colin White.
Was.
There, Paul.
Thornton center circle will start Ohio State's offense with Thomas Garnigan. Gives it right point, Colin White. White checked by Mallory. Holding it high on the right. Colin White will dribble between the circles. Gives it high on the left to Chapman. 10 on the shot clock. Chapman to center circle with the ball. Throws Nyagovin back to Chapman on the right point. 5 on the shot clock. Chapman fouling in a lane. Passes in a lane. Taken away again by Virginia. Mallory, middle of the floor. Mallory will get it left wing. Thomas guns another three. Banks off target. A rebound. Bynum, Ohio State in traffic. And Bynum running up left side with the Buckeyes leading by 2. Bynum on the left block will slow it down. Left point Chapman. Bobbles but saves it. Gives it top of the key to Thornton. 59-57 Ohio State leading. 7.5 to play. Thornton driving right of the lane. Thornton fakes, shoots low on the right. Up and no good. Rebound knocked around. Grabbed by White of Virginia, who trails by 2. 59-57. Jakari White will bring it to the right point. Virginia working on Bynum. Top of the key, Grunlow. He'll throw it now where Mallory has it left point. Mallory dribbles to the foul line. Down a lane. Gets it right corner to Ritter. To Ritter will drive into the lane. Go back to Mallory right corner. Drives right baseline. Running shot up and in Mallory. 9 for Chance Mallory to tie the game at 59. 7 minutes to play in the game. Ohio State's gotten a little sloppy with the ball here as of late with 6.5 to play. Tayson Chapman brings it up the right side of the backcourt, and Ohio State will get a timeout called with 6:50 to play in the game. We'll pause also. It's 59-59. Ohio State and Virginia dead even. This is Buckeye basketball from Learfield.
Buckeye fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
From the first whistle to the final play, being a Buckeye fan calls for commitment and support. Nature Made vitamins are your winning play. From the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand, Nature Made is made to care for fans on game day and every day. So you can go all in on big wins, tough losses, and still show up for your team every time. Nature Made, proud vitamin and supplement sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
The best outcomes for treating cancer come from early detection and early diagnosis.
The James Cancer Diagnostic Center at Ohio State
is designed to provide rapid evaluation and a clear diagnosis.
We are transforming care by giving patients direct access
to cancer experts who study and treat cancer every day.
If you think you have cancer, the choice is clear.
choose the James Cancer Diagnostic Center.
Your Ohio State flagship station, The Fan. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
From jerseys to hats and more fan favorites, find everything you need to gear up for game day at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. 6:50 to play second half here in Nashville. Ohio State and Virginia are tied at 59.
As you said, Paul, pretty good game here so far. But Ohio State still shooting the ball very well here in the second half, 55%. But Virginia will not go away. This is what good teams do. They're making a run. They have burnt Ohio State in transition, no doubt about that. But when you look at points off turnovers, Ohio State clearly has that advantage, 16-0.
But those turnovers are starting to build up as of late for Ohio State.
Yeah, it's not bad, 5, despite all the good defense by Virginia. But if you're Ohio State, 6:50 to go, tie ball game, exactly what you expected, a tough game. You just got to be very efficient here to end this game.
Well, those people who bought their tickets are really being entertained here tonight. Here in the, what do they call it? It'll come to me in a second. This is a game that's had 8 lead changes and 3 ties. And a game that Ohio State earlier had an 11-point lead.
And this is where you would miss a John Mobley Jr., someone that has experience, although being a sophomore. Coach Diebler's had a lot of confidence in putting the ball in his hand late in the game to make plays. Will obviously not have that luxury of utilizing him tonight because he's back in Columbus because of his injury to his hand. But, Bruce Thornton, the way he's playing, the big question here, could fatigue be an issue in these last 6:50? Virginia's really put a lot of pressure on him the entire game.
Thornton, Bynum, Cups, Yagovin, Chapman for Ohio State who will inbound the ball. Hall, Onienso, Lewis, Mallory, and Tillis for Virginia. Thornton below center circle with the ball to Ohio State. Dribbles to the right point in a double team. Thornton working on the right sideline. In trouble. Has to outlet the ball, and it's taken away. Coming up with it, Hall. Outlet Mallory up the right side. Mallory down the right side of the lane to Lewis, right corner. Throws the 3. Misses. Rebound. Onienso to keep it alive for Virginia. To tie game at 59. Now Mallory on the right wing, guarded by Chapman. Gets it top of the key to Lewis. Off on the left point, Hall. Whistles it in the left corner, Tillis. Back to Hall, left of the key with 10 on the shot clock. And a tie game at 59. Hall dribbling left to the foul line. Down the lane, Hall lobs it to the basket. No good as it's knocked away. And we get a whistle and a foul called as Onienso went for the dunk, but he was slammed into.
And he'll go to the line and shoot the 1-and-1. I think if you're Ohio State, you'd rather have the foul versus a vicious dunk. Maury Bynum, I believe.
Yes, his first. And it is the 8th of the half on Ohio State. So Aguna Oniensu will go to the line where tonight he is 4 for 6 and has not scored since halftime. 6:13 left in the game.
Not a bad free throw shooter, 73%.
But he went up to try and throw that one down from right of the rim. So Oniensu up there. It's going to be a 1-and-1. Free throw missed, but an offensive rebound grab. Tillis for Virginia. Gets it to Mallory. Down the right side of the lane. Bounces Tillis left baseline. In the lane. Oniensu puts it in. 8 for Oniensu to put Virginia back in front. 61-59 with 6 minutes to play. Gabe Cups up the right side. Ohio State where he's guarded by Chance Mallory of Virginia. Cups to center circle with the ball. Dribbles between the rings. Throws now Chapman on the right wing. Chapman dumps it down on the right block. Christoph Tilley, who's checked back in. Tilley against Oniensu. Into the lane from low on the right. Leans, jump hook, blocked by Oniensu, who comes down with a loose ball, then he loses it out of bounds. Buckeyes will keep it up front.
Yeah, if you're Christoph Tilley, you got to bring more to the table here because Oniensu is a pretty good shot blocker. Sometimes you got to go with 2 pump fakes to get a good defender off his feet.
Devin Royal in. Gabe Cups out for Ohio State, who keeps the ball. Trailing 61-59 and 5:42 to play. And 7 seconds on the shot clock. Bruce Thornton will inbound right to the backboard for Ohio State. Thornton lobs it where it's caught by Royal at the foul line. Royal now to Chapman right of the lane. Running shot blocked by Oniensu. Chapman back with it in the lane. Gets it Bynum left wing. Bynum can't get a shot off before the horn sounds. Shot clock violation will give it back to Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia on a 7-0 run because of their defense and their ability to score.
And block shots with that defense.
Not sure what Devin Royal was doing. He's right there at the elbow. No one's was around him within 2 feet, Paul. He's looking to pass.
61-59 Virginia. 5.5 to play in the game. Chance Mallory, center circle, picked up by Bruce Thornton ahead of the key. Mallory now dribbles to the right point on Bynum. Mallory keeps his dribble alive, throws top of the key, gets it back. Mallory on the right point. Gets it left point where Tillis will gun a three. Banks off target, and Royal claims the rebound, Ohio State. It's 61-59 Virginia. Thornton up the right side. Thornton dribbling down to the right block. Shoots over 2 defenders, scores. Bruce Thornton giving him 28.
Yeah, Bruce Thornton just waved off everybody. I'm taking the ball to the basket.
Ties the game at 61 by taking it to the basket. 5 minutes left in the game here in Nashville. Chance Hall starts it at center circle for Virginia in a tie game at 61. Picks up his dribble at center circle. Gives it high on the right sideline. Mallory back to Hall, top of the key. Hall drives down to the right corner. Gets the ball. Right point now where Mallory has it. Down the lane, Mallory shoots below the line. Got it.
That crawled in there, and I think Mallory has gotten away with a travel to start or initiate his offense.
11 for Mallory. 63-61 Virginia with 4.5 to play in the game. Chapman, center circle, Ohio State. He sloppy dribbles it, but gets it back under control at center circle. Chapman feeds it now. Royal, foul line. Royal at the stripe, turn, shoots a fadeaway. Royal, no good. Rebound is grabbed by Virginia's Chance by Dallin Hall. 63-61 Cavaliers with 4:15 to play. Hall on the left point with the ball, guarded by Bynum. Hall will throw it between the circles. Tillis. Off it to come right wing Mallory, who jab steps on Chapman. Mallory shoots a deep three, right wing, in and out. Rebound Bynum, Ohio State, who trails 63-61 with 4 minutes left in the game here in Nashville. Tayson Chapman slowly brings it up the left side for Ohio State. Lobs it now left of the lane for Royal, who's doubled up on the left block. Royal across to Bynum on the right wing. Bynum dribbling right wing. Bynum working on Tillis. Gets it right point. Thornton dribbles down the lane. Thornton fakes, leans, shoots low on the right. No good. Rebound slapped around. Thornton throws it back in play. Loose ball is grabbed by Onienso. Tied up by Tilly. We get a whistle to stop play. Jump ball signal. Possession arrow is going to give it to
Virginia
with the timeout coming. 3:39 remaining in the game. Virginia will have the ball. They also have the lead, 63-61. This is the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You stick to your coast at all costs. You never let traffic stop your drive. You aren't just a dreamer, you're a doer. You power through all of life's hills and valleys without hesitation. You're not looking to be discovered. You've already found your place. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Kohl's gets it. Valentine's Day comes with expectations. Grand expectations, telepathic expectations, and heart-shaped everything expectations. Yes, even waffles. Kohl's has gifts that rise to the occasion. From romantic to playful, sparkly to sweet, or all of the above. Plus, get 15% off some of your finds. So go ahead, exceed those Valentine's Day expectations with Kohl's. Select styles, offer ends February 16th. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the court. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. This is the Ohio State Sports Network, presented by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center, the team physicians for Ohio State athletics.
3:39 left in the second half here in Nashville. 63-61 Virginia leading Ohio State. Stay tuned after the game for the Encova Insurance postgame show. We'll hear from Coach Jake Diebler and have a complete recap of tonight's game brought to you by Encova Insurance. For auto and home, encircling you with solutions you can trust. Encova, a proud sponsor of Ohio State athletics. And let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
Always and forever your Ohio State flagship station.
WBNS-FM HD1 Columbus.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Tight and back and forth here in Nashville. Ohio State and Virginia. The Cavaliers lead the Buckeyes 63-61 with 3:39 left in the second half.
Yeah, you look at Amari Bynum and Bruce Thornton carrying the load for Ohio State. And Devin Royal continues to struggle. 2 of 12 from the field, 0 for 2 from long range. And Christoph Tilley is really struggling here in the second half to get the ball to go in. 3 of 10 overall. But if you're Ohio State, you're down by 2, 3:40 to go. Still a lot of basketball to be played. And this is an example of you got to be efficient on both ends. You got to get stops. This is what you got to do to get games against the quad one opponent. So far, Ohio State has not gotten one of those wins. This could be a great opportunity to get one.
Virginia's blocked 5 shots tonight. That's had a lot to do with it. Sam Lewis, Malik Thomas, Dallin Hall, Johan Grunlow, and Devin Tillis on the court for the Cavaliers. Amari Bynum, Christoph Tilley, Devin Royal, Taysom Chapman, Bruce Thornton for the Buckeyes. Thornton playing out of his mind with 28 points here tonight.
Got to be career-high minutes for Taysom Chapman.
Oh, no question.
Yep, no doubt.
And the wear and tear has had a little bit of an effect on him. Virginia with the ball, leading 63-61, 3.5 to play. Hall starts it on the left point for the Cavaliers. Hall guarded by Thornton, holding it left of the key, looking inside, nobody there. Swings it between the circles where Thomas takes it over top of the key. Thomas drives left of the lane on Tilley, stops, throws it away on the left wing as he threw it wide for Tillis, who went to the baseline.
Yeah, as I said, Paul, that's a scouting turnover that time. They took away actions 1 and 2 that led to a turnover.
Well, this game has seen 9 lead changes. Ohio State going to try and get another one, and might we have a coach's challenge here by Ryan Odom?
I think so, but I don't believe Ohio State touched it, but we will find out here shortly.
Didn't think so either, Ron. So right here in the Bachelorette Party capital of the world, so they tell us, 63-61, Virginia leading Ohio State.
I wasn't sure if that was the word you were looking
yes,
for,
it was.
But I was leaving it alone.
Well, and some of those young ladies that are involved in that were wearing their get-ups here in the arena tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So we're told that's what it is. So the review, it was successful earlier for Ohio State tonight. Let's see if Ryan Odoms goes his way or the ball stays with Ohio State as was called on the court.
Well, it's a city where people like to come here and have fun.
Well, it's been 26 years since Ohio State played here. They played Appalachian State in the first round of the NCAA tournament, won, lost to Miami Hurricanes. And earlier that season in 1998, they played, or no, I'm sorry, the previous season in 98, they played and lost here to Vanderbilt in overtime.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm looking at this stat sheet. Michael Redd, 5 of 14, was not his best game. And a lot of that had to do with the defense of Miami. And during your interview with Scooney Penn, he didn't even remember the Appalachian State game. So 7 of 17 for him. That, again, when you can defend against Michael Redd, Scooney Penn, you're going to have a chance of winning the ball game.
Well, it looks like the ball's going to stay with Virginia.
Wow.
So the challenge was successful by Ryan Odom.
I am wrong.
Well, I'm surprised. But the Cavaliers keep it up front with 13 seconds on the shot clock, leading 63-61. Dallin Hall will inbound left sideline of the forecourt. Hall with Chapman guarding him, gets it now to Mallory, dribbling top of the key. Right point pass comes where Lewis will dribble against Royal. Lewis slides to the right wing. Stops, goes to Mallory, high on the right, 4 on the shot clock. Mallory drives the right lane line, shoots over Thornton, who blocks it. Back into Mallory's hands, and he slammed it out of bounds off Bruce Thornton. So Virginia will get the ball with less than a second on the shot clock. 0.2 of a second.
That reminded me of Scooney Penn's block
against Eric Barkley.
Yes.
Well, Virginia won't be able to catch, as Mallory will go to inbound it from right of the backboard. Onienso off the bench for the Cavaliers to replace Grunlow.
And you know why he's in the game?
Lob.
So if you're Christoph Tilley, be ready for it.
63-61, Virginia leading. Mallory right of the backboard. 0.2 of a second on the shot clock. Mallory lobs at the basket for DeRitter. Horn sounds. Ball will be turned over to Ohio State on the violation.
Solid awareness by Amari Bynum. Was right there to elevate and knock it away.
So the Buckeyes get the ball trailing 63-61.
That's pretty good defensive stance there by Ohio State.
Was.
Number of guys stepping up.
3:08 to play in the game. Backcourt pressure by the Cavaliers. Devin Royal looking to inbound for Ohio State. Throws to Chapman, who catches right corner of the backcourt. Guarded by Mallory is Taysom Chapman. Made his first start ever tonight. Dribbles it up the court, across the line on the left side. 63-61, Buckeyes trailing. Thornton takes over left of center circle. Under 3 minutes to play in the game. Thornton guarded by Hall. Thornton just dribbling a high to left. 14 on the shot clock. Thornton with Hall giving him space. Shot clock down to 10. Thornton gets it left point, Christoph Tilley. He'll dribble foul line. Tilley takes it down the right lane line. Spins in the paint. 5 on the shot clock. Bounces to Thornton, head of the key. 3 on the shot clock. Thornton dribbling. Shoots it on the left wing. Thornton up. No good. A rebound. Onienso, Virginia. 63-61 Cavaliers. 2.5 to play in the game. Hall gallops up the right side for Virginia with Thornton guarding him. Bounces Onienso, top of the key. Checked by Tilly as Onienso swings into the right point now for Sam Lewis. Pivots on the right point. Lewis gets to the foul line. Down the lane. Lewis stops, shoots a fadeaway in the lane. Misses. Rebound Tilly, Ohio State. 2:16 to play. Buckeyes down a couple, 63-61.
Yeah, both teams playing good defense, Paul, down the
sure
stretch.
Are, Ron. Thornton center circle, Ohio State, guarded by Lewis of Virginia. Thornton dribbling, looking left. Still dribbling between the circles, Thornton. Thornton between the legs with a dribble, 13 on the shot clock. Thornton top of the key. Steps back, shoots a straight on three. No good, Thornton. Onienso rebounds Virginia with 1:54 to play.
But Ohio State settled there, Paul.
I agree, Ron. 63-61 Virginia with 1:48 to play in the game. Chance Mallory dribbling a high on the left. Mallory drives left of the lane and fouled by Chapman, who got beat initially and then bumped him from behind for his 4th foul.
Got to be able to get down in the stands, Paul. And I really believe Chapman's fatigued.
No question.
Yeah, he offensively, he's not even looking for a shot. And this is an example, I said earlier, where you really miss John Mobley Jr. because he can create his own shot. He's a threat on the perimeter. Not having him in a lineup is really limiting Ohio State offensively.
Mallory 4 for 4 at the line tonight. He's got an 11-point game going. First to the 1-and-1 is missed, and the rebound grabbed by Royal Ohio State. 63-61 Virginia, 1:37 to play. Buckeyes badly need a score. Thornton center circle, covered by Hall. Thornton will now feed at right point, Tayson Chapman. He'll dribble, drive right baseline, throw left corner Royal. Royal bumped and fouled. Lewis got a piece of him for his first.
Yeah, just a 15 foul, so no damage there for Virginia, but Ohio State will have 20 seconds on this possession here.
And a minute 20. And a minute 26 left in the game. 63-61 Virginia. Ohio State will have Bruce Thornton inbounding from left to the backboard. And Dallin Hall will be the closest defender to him. 63-61 Virginia leading. The officials urging some of the Virginia coaching staff to get back to the bench. Thornton left to the backboard to throw it in play. 20 on the shot clock. Thornton looking, gets it left corner. Devin Royal. Royal will dribble left wing, take it into the lane. Stop, foot slips, but he gets it out on the right point to Thornton. 13 on the shot clock. Down the lane, Thornton fakes a couple of times. Left point to Royal. Royal loses his dribble, and it's taken away by Hall of Virginia. Down the right side, Hall to the hoop low on the right. Layup good, Darren Hall. He's got 6, and the Cavaliers up 65-61 thanks to the turnover. And a minute to play in the game. Bruce Thornton will get a timeout called for Ohio State. And the Buckeyes' carelessness with the basketball is costing them right now. 1:02 left in the game. It is 65-61 Virginia.
Yeah, Royal is playing very tentative, Paul. There's another example. He's right at his sweet spot. At the elbow, left elbow there, and he's looking to pass. The defenders are off of him. I know he's struggling from the field, but take the ball to the basket and get fouled.
Well, he didn't, and then he turned it over. 65-61 Virginia.
Yeah, he went after the basketball without any extra effort. I mean, you're playing against one of the better defensive teams in the country, but again, you play on. You still got time. You can't make that many more mistakes here. It's 1:02 to go, 26 seconds on the shot clock. You're down by 4. You got to get something positive here offensively. I mean, it's pretty obvious that you would want Bruce Thornton to have the ball in his hands the way he's playing tonight.
Well, you talked about how Ohio State, for a good part of the game, was taking care of the basketball. Their turnovers have really started to mount here in the final few minutes.
No doubt.
And Virginia has made them pay, to their credit. 65-61 Cavaliers with 1:02 to play in the game. Ohio State will have the ball inside a half court. He's out of the timeout. The Buckeyes still gathered around the coaches. They'll have Christoph Tilley, Amari Bynum, Devin Royal, Tayson Chapman, and Bruce Thornton for Virginia. Sam Lewis, Tess DeRitter, Oguna Onienso, Chance Mallory, and Dallin Hall.
Well, if you're Devin Royal, one way to make up for a mistake is come out of this timeout and do something positive here.
Starting with inbounding the ball on the right sideline of the forecourt, Devin Royal. With Lewis right in front of him. 26 on the shot clock. Buckeyes down 65-61. Royal inbounds at top of the key with a bounce pass to Bruce Thornton, who's covered by Hall. Thornton dribbles, goes down the lane, gets it left wing. Tilley, he'll throw a 3. No good, Tilley. Rebound to Ritter, Virginia. 65-61 Cavaliers, 50 seconds left in the game. Sam Lewis up the right side for Virginia. Amari Bynum picks him up man-to-man with 45 seconds left. Dallin Hall takes over right of center circle now. Hall guarded by Thornton, who fouls him. His third.
That was a call from the bench, and Hall is a 80% free throw shooter.
But he's not been there tonight. Young man that has started every game this season for Virginia. A transfer from BYU where he participated in a 2-year mission. Came into this game with 513 career assists. Dallin Hall. He was not at the free throw line Tuesday in their win over Florida State either. So that is the 10th team foul, so it'll be 2 for Dallin Hall. First one. No good. Door open still a bit. 65-61 Virginia. 40.2 seconds left. Dallin Hall, 6'4" graduate student from Plain City, Utah. Second free throw. Good. Hall has scored 7 tonight. And it's 66-61 Virginia with 40 seconds left in the game. Cavaliers pressing. Royal looking to inbound. Royal calls the timeout. Couldn't get it inbounded.
Well, Devin Royal's got to remember that he's allowed to run the baseline. He's standing there like he has a spot, and he's not helping his offensive teammates. And so, again, I'm not quite sure what's going on there between the ears, but this is just one-on-one basketball here.
And Ohio State has no more timeouts left.
Yeah, you burn your last timeout. I know he didn't necessarily want it, but you got to keep the possession, so you had no choice but to burn it.
66-61 Virginia.
But what happens, Paul, when the defender's on you and you run with your offensive player, he has a better chance of getting the inbound. But you're staying there in one spot makes it very, very difficult.
Yes.
But you play on, your Ohio State, you're down by 5. You don't necessarily need a 3 here, but you need a quick 2 if you're going to go for a 2.
Royal, Thornton, Chapman, Tilley, Bynum for the Buckeyes, to Ritter, Mallory, Onienso, Lewis, and Hall for Virginia. So Ohio State will still have to inbound it on the back baseline. Trailing 65-61. This time it'll be Bruce Thornton throwing it inbounds. Christoph Tilley, who has helped with some of this, is all the way on the other side of half court. Hall is covering Thornton on the inbound. Thornton handed the ball, gets it to Royal in the out-of-bounds area. Royal inbounded back to Thornton, working right corner of the backcourt. 66-61, Buckeyes trailing. Thornton up the right side. Thornton into the lane, top of the key to Bynum. Dribble, shoots a straight on 3. Bynum nails it. Bynum with 15 points, and it's a 66-64 Virginia lead with 31 seconds to play. Big cold-blooded basket for the freshman Amari Bynum. Mallory inbounding. Left corner of the backcourt where Devin Royal fouls Sam Evans. His fourth.
Yeah, and this, again, a misassignment. They didn't want to foul instantly. They wanted to get the trap first and then take a couple seconds, see if the Virginia player would panic. But again, you foul right away. But you ultimately got the foul, but you wanted to at least get a strong trap and see if the Virginia player might panic a little bit.
So it's 66-64 Cavaliers with 30.3 seconds left. Double bonus in effect, so an automatic 2 free throws for Virginia.
Yeah, you just love that last play. Buckeyes got the ball ultimately in the hands of Bruce Thornton. He drove. They took that away, and then you had Amari Bynum circling at the top of the key, wide open, and for a freshman to knock that down, boy, you can't wait. I'll tell you, he's got some bright future ahead of him.
His third three-pointer of the night. His first 2 baskets were 3-point shots. So to be Bynum, Cups, Thornton, Tilley, and Chapman for Ohio State.
And what you're hoping here is at least 1 missed ball.
Yes.
Because it's a 1-possession game.
It'll be Sam Lewis going to the line.
Yep.
He's out there with DeRitter, Onienso, Hall, and Mallory. Lewis tonight is 4 for 5 at the line.
72% free throw shooter.
First one. Up, no good.
Now you need to rebound here, Paul.
Yes, you do. Trailing 66-64, Ohio State is. With 30.3 seconds left. Sam Lewis, second free throw, and that one is good. His 10th point. So it's a 67-64 Virginia lead. 30 seconds left in the game. Chapman inbounding back baseline Ohio State to Gabe Cups in the right corner of the backcourt. Leaves it now for Thornton at the same spot. Thornton coming up the right side with the Buckeyes trailing 67-64. 23 seconds left. Now Cups on the right point with a basketball. Cups picks up his dribble, bounces Thornton foul line, stops, shoots right at the stripe, blocked by Onienso into the hands of DeRitter. DeRitter's going to outlet the ball where now it'll be coming up court, and Gabe Cupps fouls Evans after Onienso comes up with a big block shot for the Cavaliers, who lead at 67-64 with 11 seconds left in the game.
You heard me say it, Paul. You don't teach 7 foot.
No, you don't.
And a 7-footer with a wingspan of Onienso. And if you're Ohio State, you got to get more separation. Bruce Thornton penetrated a little bit too far in there, and it allowed Onienso to be in a position to block that shot or partially block it.
So Sam Lewis at the free throw line. First one, good. His 11th point.
Yeah, I would have preferred a 3 by Bruce Thornton. The way you're playing, go for the 3.
So it's 68-64 Virginia. Sam Lewis with a second free throw. And that one is good, giving him 12. 11 seconds left. It's 69-64 Virginia. Tayson Chapman will inbound on the back baseline for Ohio State. Chapman looking to inbound, gets it Christoph Tilley, leaves it Cupps, racing up the right side with 8 seconds to play. Cupps dribbles to Tilley, down the lane. Tilley dunks with the left hand from left of the rim. Christoph Tilley with 11. It's 69-66 Virginia. 5 seconds left. Inbound. Chapman knocks it away and out of bounds. The officials are going to say it's Virginia's ball as Tayson Chapman went to try and get it away from Lewis. And Chapman fortunate not to be called for a foul. 5 seconds left. It's 69-66 Virginia. And it looked like Ryan Odom was going to call a timeout at first, but apparently not. Inbounding will be Mallory on the back baseline for Virginia. Leads at 69-66. 5 seconds to play. Mallory handed the ball. Looking to inbound. Mallory still holding. Mallory is going to call a timeout as he couldn't get it inbounded. 69-66 Virginia. 5 seconds to play. And Virginia, I believe, still has 2 timeouts left now.
Yeah, pretty good job defensively, not allowing Virginia to get the ball in bounds, forcing them to call one of those timeouts, Paul. But again, if you're Ohio State, would love to get the steal here, but there's 2 plays you got to call. You know, if you get the steal, you understand you need a 3, not a deuce. You need a 3. You don't have any timeouts. So this is an opportunity where you need to get a steal here.
Tilley, Chapman, Cupps, Bynum, and Thornton are the 5 on the floor for Ohio State, who will be playing defense. For Virginia, it is Tillis who comes in, Lewis, Mallory, Hall, and DeRitter. 69-66 Virginia. 5 seconds left here in Nashville. Devin Tillis will be the inbounder for the Cavaliers on the back baseline. Amari Bynum will be in front of him. The officials hand the ball to Tillis. The 5-second count starts. Inbounds it where Mallory will catch it up the right side, and Mallory will dribble the final seconds off the clock. Mallory takes it into the right corner, finally gets fouled by Bruce Thornton, his 4th, with 0.8 seconds left. So that'll pretty much salt it away for the Cavaliers, who started the game being down 11. And Chance Mallory will go to the line where tonight he is 4 for 5. And has scored 11 points. Part of that production that Ryan Odom gets off the bench. And the officials looked like they were going to go to the scores table to check the amount of time, but they don't need to. 69-66 Virginia with the lead.
And you look at this situation, great opportunity to win the ball game, Paul.
And another one that looks like it's going to slip away from Ohio State, who is up till now 2-3 in one possession games. 2 free throws, Mallory. First one, no good.
One of the best top net 40 teams in the country without a quad 1 win.
Now Jake Diebler is going to get Colin White into the game, and he'll replace Gabe Cupps.
If you're Virginia, even if he misses here, do you foul?
I wondered about that. So Chance Mallory with the second free throw with his team leading 69-66. Free throw, Mallory, good, giving him 12. There is 1.8 seconds on the clock. It's 70-66 Virginia. Colin White, the inbounder, throws a baseball pass. Bynum catches high on the right sideline, throws a desperation 3, no good. And that takes care of it. 70-66. Virginia with a victory, defeating Ohio State. Win number 22 on the season for the Cavaliers, and it is loss number 9 for Ohio State. This is Buckeye basketball from Learfield.
For over 37 years, Buckeye Nation has known Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse for serving the best steaks in the city. Our thick-cut, aged steaks are a staple in Columbus, with 3 locations in Upper Arlington, Dublin, and downtown. And just like the Buckeyes, we strive for excellence and an experience like no other. Hyde Park is proud to introduce the newly added wine room at our downtown Columbus location, where a new elegance in dining surrounds you, creating the ideal setting for any occasion or the perfect night out. Hyde Park is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
Attention